Donald, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Nice. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Good, good. I'm ready for some Dungeons and Dragons.
Excellent, me too. Could you do me a favor? Could you turn your webcam on? Cause I'm trying to test something. Thank you. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm new to streaming, so
Oh, okay.
I just don't know the best way to do this. Like, I don't know. Right now, our conversation is half the screen, and the other is my character sheet. I don't know.
Right.
But
Do you
anyways,
have? Are you live?
yeah, I'm live. No one's watching, but I'm live.
Can I have your stream
Yeah.
name?
Where can I chat this to you at? Music. Okay, wait. How is there a chat in Discord here somewhere?
Yeah.
What am I confused?
Just
Oh,
text channels in general.
sorry. I'm just totally out of it right now.
Here we are.
Hold on
Hello.
one sec. My cat is knocking over everything.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It looks like we are just waiting on one more.
Yes.
That's okay. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Just fine.
I'm good. Had a good week?
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? Age of Worms episode 2. Ah.
Yeah.
Is this your live stream?
Yeah, that's the live stream. I'm still learning how to do this, so
Oh, you're good. I'm taking a look at it.
take a look at it. You'll see that I'm still trying to figure this out, but
Is it on? It's on YouTube, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Oh, cool. Oh, that's cool.
My question though is how do I so we've got my camera and John Old's. We'll get yours in a second, but is this the best way to do it, or is there another way? Because I've seen live streams where this is not the view that I have.
Yeah, so basically, since you're using OBS, you would be putting in multiple different inputs and setting up an overlay to have all those inputs. Because a lot of them you see, like everyone kind of has like their own little box where they're in. You would just set up an overlay with each camera input, basically, if everyone was using cameras.
I see. Would it not be a would it not be like I'm cropping the screen like right here, like on? No, it wouldn't be that because Donald's face is bigger than everyone else's. So I don't know.
I believe that's because I think that's because he's talking at them, or he's not talking, but he's just there. I don't know why his is so much bigger.
Okay, that's no big deal. Well,
it's something that you'll be able to get figured out.
Yep. You betcha.
Yeah, it's streaming and figuring out the cameras can be tedious sometimes.
It really can be, especially when doing it through Discord.
Yeah.
But it's just gonna be like putting in a lot of the same input multiple times and then cropping it to fit only the area that you want in certain areas.
Yep. That's what I thought. Okay.
Let me go ahead and start up my camera. There we go.
Good to see you.
No, that's fine. If you need to leave him in here with me, I'll try to do what I can. Okay. I mean. Alright, and then we'll have to reheat your food, I guess. Well, let's see. I mean, he may calm down. It just depends. I don't know why he's so fussy. Okay. Welcome, Tilraven. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just trying to set my son up with something he might watch for more than 2 minutes.
That's fair. I have to say, you can never go wrong with a little bit of Bluey.
Yeah, I never find it offensive. He has a very short attention span.
That's fair. That is fair. Let me see, make sure everything's good. All right, perfect. Well then, since everyone's here, welcome all to episode 2 of Age of Worms. It's exciting for us to get started again. Before we officially start, just make sure everyone's good to go. It seems that Irenaeus is good to go. It looks like Jonold is good to go, and then we'll just wait for Tilraven to give us the go ahead. Then I'll start up some music, and I'll describe where you guys are currently.
Are you gonna?
I'm good for now.
Are you gonna start the activity, the roll 20?
Oh yes, I need to start that. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yep.
Let's see. Start an activity. I need to choose Age of Worms. Launch game. There we are. And then when you guys are in, I'll go ahead and like center your visions, so it's gonna be better.
Oh man, Discord does not like me doing this, and doing roll 20 this way.
Do you have hardware acceleration turned on? Discord settings.
I can check. I don't.
If it's turned on, it should be turned on. But if it's turned off, whenever I turn mine off for streaming reasons, it will cause problems when I run activities. But if I turn it back on, it'll make the streaming activities run smoother.
Hardware acceleration, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's turned on.
Okay. So
Okay.
as long as that's on, you should be fine.
Okay. Well, the last week I did this, and I just went to roll 20 in my browser, and that's how we played. So, looks like I'll be doing that.
Yeah, I mean that works
Okay.
still. Let me go ahead and get my notes up. Notes. There we go. We're gonna do. This one will be good. Music, audio. There we go. All right. So then, where we leave off is, hold on a second. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pause that. Jonold, whatever you're watching, it's coming through the.
Hey, I turned it off.
No, you're good. Thank you. Where we left off took you about a day for your party and the new party that you've met up with to be able to head to this place called the Whispering Cairn. As you recall, you guys have basically formed a temporary alliance with this other party of 3 adventurers and an elf named Tira, a human named Auric, and another elderly human named Kellic. Each one of you have kind of had your conversations with them as you made your way here. Kellic being a wizard of nobility who seems to relate a bit more to Irenaeus. Auric, a fighter who seems to enjoy the fighting spirit of Jonold and seems to relate with him really well. And then Tira, who seems to be a little more cunning, seems to have an attachment to Tilraven a bit, as Tilraven's a little more on the reserve side, and Tira seems to enjoy that. As you all begin to approach your destination, you can see that the Whispering Cairn is situated in a sort of no man's land. The cairn was pretty much all but forgotten, its yawning entrance overgrown with weeds and choked with collapsed debris. Occasionally, when the wind is just right, a haunting, almost magical tone emanates from the depths of the forlorn tomb. Those who know the location of this place, it is called the Whispering Cairn. As you begin to head deep inside of the cairn, you notice that there are many sets of traps that have been triggered as you go in from wild animals that have tried to make this place their home. As you walk, I will need each of you to go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you spot any of these untriggered traps to not get caught in them.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Good roll.
6.
20. 6, and then till Raven, I will need a. Oh, you got one too. That was an 8. So the 20, Irenaeus, you are able to see these traps with ease. Because of how high your roll is, I will allow you to save one of the others from like a trap that they are about to trigger, where you'll be able to stop them before they trigger it. Who would you like to save?
Oh, I gotta make that decision now? It hasn't... Okay.
So basically, as you're walking, you see all these traps laying everywhere, and all of the animals that have triggered them begin to step very cautiously through them, making sure to not trigger any of the traps, and looking back at the others to see if they're doing the same. But the others seem to be having a bit more trouble finding the traps.
Okay.
And you can see that 2 of them are about to trigger some traps.
Okay, well, I'm gonna help Till Raven.
Okay. How would you like to help Till Raven?
Well, I'm not sure what her problem is. That's, I mean, she's about to spring a trap, so exactly.
Gotcha. I'll describe the traps then. You see Till Raven looks like she's about to step into a bear trap, while Jonold appears to potentially be ready to trigger a net trap that's gonna like basically just pin him down.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna rush Till Raven and shove her out of the way.
Okay, Till Raven, you watch as Irenaeus kind of like shoves you out of the way really quick. You're not really sure what's going on until you fall backwards onto your butt, and then you look down at your feet and you see that there was a bear trap right in front of you.
Oh, thank you.
It's my pleasure. That's what I'm here for.
Jonold, you were a bit distracted by what just happened, and you accidentally triggered a net trap. I will need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay.
That's a 7.
A natural
Unfortunately,
7.
that's gonna fail. As the others watch as you trigger this small thread on the floor, a net trap is sprung from the ceiling and then pins you to the floor. As this net trap then wraps itself around you and does have small spikes in it that prevents you from moving too much, or you take damage. On the initial strike, you will take 1d4 damage. You're gonna take 3 piercing damage.
Okay. I'm gonna put that in my D&D Beyond.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go to.
Or should I put it in the
3? You can do it in D&D Beyond. That'll be fine. Oh, that reminds me. Once you put it in D&D Beyond, if everyone wants to !update, that'll make sure your characters are up to date on Discord as well as D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay.
And we can just do that at any time?
Yeah, you can just do that at any time.
Okay.
It's always good to do it at the beginning of the session just to make sure everything's lined up, but I believe you guys did it at the end of the last session, so you should be okay if you haven't done it yet. But you do that at any time, it just makes sure to keep things up to date.
Okay.
So Irenaeus and Till Raven, you guys watch as as Jonold is just kind of pinned to the ground with this net, and any movement he makes, these small spikes begin to like dig into him.
Oh, these traps! Oh, it hurts. I can't even move inside this net. There's spikes.
Stay still. Let us come in and help you.
Tira
I roll
just
a
kind of
patience check. I'm just kidding.
Tira just like face palms and just like, well, I see you. I know you're all beginning adventurers, so this was likely to happen. Allow me to help as well.
And who was that? Was that one of our friends?
That was Tira.
Oh yes,
Tira,
right, Tira.
Who's coming over to help as well.
Okay.
No, you're good. So those who are going to help, right now it's Tilraven, Tira, and Irenaeus. Are you wanting to help as well?
Yep.
All right. So then, I would say with all three of you, you don't need to make any roll or anything. You successfully untwine the net from Jonald and get it off of him, and you toss it to the side and make sure that it's not gonna like be in anyone's way if anyone else were to come down into this cavern.
Okay.
Irenaeus, you feel this, or not Irenaeus, Jonald, you feel the relief of the spikes no longer just like being impaled into you.
I take the net off.
Yep. So you take the net off, and then I guess would you guys like to continue down into the cavern?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As you continue into the cavern, you end up avoiding the rest of the traps. You know that there's definitely more that you've missed, but Irenaeus, you have a pretty good idea where a lot of them are because of your high roll. This is when we look at the roll 20 now, as you finally make it deeper into this cave. I will go ahead and focus ping if everyone needs to be focused.
Yeah, I'm good.
Here we go. Yeah, but as you head deeper into the cairn, you begin to see that the iron is becoming stripped from the walls. So these iron veins that were once prominent at the top have now just been completely stripped, as it almost seems like this mine was definitely like removed of all resources until they found this hidden area. You see this hole in the wall, and as you climb through, it just opens up this massive tomb. And as you continue through the tomb, you can see that there are just several things that are throughout this place. Hold on
What
one
is this
second.
thing on the left that I'm looking at?
You look over to that, and it seems to be some kind of mechanism, but you're unsure of how it works.
Can I do an investigation check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I ask a clarification question?
Sure.
I don't recall what we're. I mean, I recall that we were going to come here, but I don't remember why.
You guys came here for treasure hunting
Thank you.
because
Okay.
the other group said
Yep.
that they're there because they're looking for treasure.
Yep, I'm with you now.
With the 5, Jonald, you are uncertain of even what kind of craftsmanship it is. Like, you don't know what group of people would have even made something like this.
What in the world is this? Do any of y'all know what this is? I've never seen this before in my life.
What kind of knowledge would it be?
It's an insight check or a history check. Insight would be more on how it's going to work. History check is going to be, see if you can discover the origin.
I may have just got kicked out of Roll20. Do you see me there still?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I see you on the browser side. Wait. Nope, I don't see you on the browser anymore.
Okay.
You are gone.
give me a moment to just make sure I log back
You're
in.
good. 19 insight. Okay, give me 1 second. Tilraven, as you approach this mechanism, you find that it's a sort of lever. You see that if you twist one of the knobs this way, but you move the arm this way, and you begin to move it into almost like fitting puzzle pieces. By the end, you hear a click, and from behind you and behind this collapsed wall, you can hear what sounds like a door unlocking.
Can you ping where the last wall is on the map?
Yep, right there.
Okay. Do I hear it?
I would say all of you hear it as it echoes through the chambers.
I turn around really fast and walk over to it. So something over here moved or made a sound.
Go ahead and move these guys over here. Tira, or Auric stays with you, but Tira's like, perhaps it could be treasure. Kellic kind of nudges you, Irenaeus, and then and he whispers to you. He says, there might be lots of treasure around here. Perhaps we should keep our eyes out for something worth of value, would you say?
Yeah, I'm just gonna nod to him, and I'm with you, Kellic.
I would suggest, since this entrance seems to be blocked, we could come back to it on our way out. That way, if there's anything dangerous on the other side, we won't have it at our backs while we're exploring the rest of this.
DM, I have a black screen on me. Can you check me on Roll20?
Oh yeah, you give me a second. Dynamic lighting. Let's see. You should have some light, but you shouldn't be able to see absolutely everything. Hold on.
Oh yeah, no, everything just appeared. I see it now.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Focus ping again, just to be safe.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, I have dynamic lighting on, so there are some areas that are blocked off for you guys.
Yep.
But how would you guys like to respond to Tilraven's idea?
What was her idea again?
I suggested that we save this collapsed tunnel for later. Come back and try to explore it on our way out.
I see your point. Yes, that's that would make things a bit safer.
Should we do anything about the rubble first, or should we leave the rubble as is?
I think her suggestion was we leave it as it
the
is.
rubble is protecting us as much as it's blocking us. We don't know what's on the other side.
Right, I see
and
what you mean.
We can't block the way that's already open.
That's a fair point. I would hate to run into something like that.
I'd just like to narrow down the options from which danger can approach.
Very smart. A strategist, I see.
Oracle speak up. He says, but what's the point of adventure then? The more danger, the more exciting it is.
Not all of us have started, I guess, adventuring, if that's what we're doing, for its own sake.
Kellic will speak up as well and say, she has a point. And you must remember, we're here for treasure, not for combat. Well, you have a point. Fine, we'll continue onwards. Oh, there goes Donald. Donald, I guess, just goes straight ahead.
Can I do an insight check on the three party members that are joining us, the Kellic, Auric, and Paris, to see if they're just kind of, are they being as honest as they're letting on?
You can do an insight check. If you're doing all three of them at once, we'll have to be a disadvantage since you're trying to read all of them at the same time. Okay.
Got a 10.
With a 10, I mean, you believe the words that she's saying as much as you would believe the words of a stranger. I mean, you don't really know her, so it's pretty much your gut instinct at this moment whether you believe her or not.
Can I roll one for Auric?
Just for the sake of trying to keep things going along, maybe not one for just every single person.
I got you.
But would everyone else like to continue on ahead, I guess, as Donald kind of continues forward?
Yeah, I think I'd like to do that.
Auric will join you guys, Kellic. As all of you begin to continue on forward. No, you're good. If you want to role play a bit, I can let you role play for like a bit and actually just role play being in the dungeon and everything.
That's fine. Yeah, I kind of want to just walk in and Just look around.
What is this over here? I say in character.
Oh, that looks interesting.
That looks to me like a treasure chest. I'm coming up right up on this and just examining it.
I'm gonna examine these around here. These are little glowy things.
So then, Irenaeus, go ahead and give me an investigation on the chest, and Jonald, you do the same thing. You do the same thing for the for those glowing gems.
I got an 11.
Give me a second on this investigation. It's
You're good.
I don't know why I'm not rolling. What part do you click? Because I thought it was the.
On your D&D Beyond sheet,
Yeah.
you click the number. So like the plus whatever.
Yeah. Investigation -1, and that's just bringing up the sidebar that tells me what investigation is. Okay, something's weird. I'm going to refresh the page, but to give you your roll. Oh gosh, where are my dice? I'm sorry for taking so long.
No, you're good.
Fine. No worries.
Refreshing the page right now. Oh yeah, this is clearly going to work now. Okay. Investigation right here, and that's going to be a 16.
16. Oh, that's pretty good. We'll do Irenaeus first.
Okay.
So then, Irenaeus, you three basically see this, what looks like silver chest and lined with gold, surrounded by these strangely like lit different colored gems. All of them seem to have light that just beams directly towards this chest. When you approach the chest, you find that it's just out in the open. You see that there was a lock on it, but it's been broken off entirely. But with your investigation, you can see that there is a small lever that is attached to this chest, and it has been trapped. And I will need a sleight of hand check to disarm it.
Well, I didn't say I want to disarm it, so if you don't mind,
Okay.
I'm not gonna roll that just yet. But
That's
I would like to call over Kellic. If that's all right, I'm gonna say, hey Kellic, I got something I want to show you. And do you see anything magical about this that I might not be seeing?
Give me a second. Alec.
Well, if you don't mind me taking several minutes to prepare and meditate and perform a small ritual, I could determine if there's anything magical.
Well, that would be
Kellic.
helpful. But go ahead.
Yeah, Kellic says, by all means, you may do what you wish. I do not see anything out of the ordinary other than this wonderful chest.
Okay, so I'll cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna wander around this room and kind of get a lay of the room just to see.
Sure. John, I was going to give you a description of those gems, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
You notice, because you rolled an 11. The only thing you really notice from them is that they're all different colors, and that all of them seem to have like a beam of light that just is centered directly onto the chest.
Well, that is interesting.
it's the different colors that are making me wonder what's that about.
This feels ominous to me. It could be just a gut feeling, but
You know what?
something feels very wrong about this.
You said the lock was broken, right?
Yeah, the lock is completely broken off of the chest.
You know what? I'm just gonna open the chest.
As Tilraven is preparing the magical means, you,
I'm
Yeah,
stepping
probably-
back, by the way.
Irenaeus, you said you're gonna wait still,
Uh,
or you want to just open the chest?
I forgot that Till Raven's ritual might take a while, and I feel like I should be polite and let her finish. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I was gonna say, if it's in character, you're just like, this is taking too long. Open
Well,
it.
I'll be that person later. How about that? I literally forgot that she was doing that. So
Sure. No, and then Teal Raven, I believe it only takes like, I think it's gonna take 10 minutes. So you guys have like a little bit of role
Okay.
play you can do.
all right.
So-
As we have Auric and Tira over by these webs, as you see them like putting fire up to the webs as it burns away and then just magically reconstructs itself into a full formed web. And Tira's going, interesting.
Oh, I see it right here. Oh,
I
sorry,
think
go for it.
I think I'd like to come over here next to Auric and the same spider webs that just reappeared. I want to just touch them and see if they are anything different or special about them.
Like cursed or anything?
I'm just very interested in the fact that they just grew back after being burned up. So that would make me want to just like, what is this?
As you grab onto some of it with your hand, it's obviously incredibly sticky, and you feel your hand get stuck for a second, and you just, with a bunch of strength, you just rip your hand back out of the webs. And
Okay.
the web that's still on your hands dangles there, but when you look back, those webs just reconstitute themselves and reconnect.
Wow. So Till Raven's detect magic is being focused over there, but clearly she'd find something if she was doing it over here. But that's fine. I mean, I just detected magic on my own, so.
Well, I mean, I can
Roller
hold
coaster.
concentration for a while after I cast it, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see over here. Is there like, it looks like a bunch of trees or something? I don't know.
Yeah, Jonold, as you see everyone else is doing their own thing. Kellic seems to be in the middle of the room, just kind of mumbling to himself. But Jonold, you come over to this other dilapidated area, as this looks like it's just a pile of junk with wooden planks that were stacked on top of each other. You can climb over this with an athletics check if you wish.
Sure. I'll climb over it. 10.
You successfully are able to climb over it as you make your way to the other side of it. Give me 1 second.
I see a pile of bones.
Let's see. Oh, I forgot to add it in. Hold on. Boom. Now that it's available to you, you find a chest.
Oh.
And it seems to be sitting upon a pile of bones.
I go behind it.
Okay.
We're really cautious here.
You go behind it. Are you looking for something, or are you
No.
just wanting to go behind the chest?
Just going behind it.
Okay.
And I
All right.
reach over the top
Uh-huh.
and tug on it. But I don't open it.
Got you. So you you kind of just like pick up the chest a little bit then.
No, like open the lid. Like from
So,
the back.
Okay, so you're tugging on it, but you're not wanting to open it.
Yeah.
You feel the chest lid crack open just slightly. Nothing seems to happen.
I open it more and I peek in from the side.
You open it more and you peek in from the side, and to your horror, you find money.
So it doesn't look like it has a tongue or eyes or anything like that.
It does not look like it has a tongue or eyes or teeth.
So I
In
open
fact,
it.
when you open this chest, you find that it has 8 silvers, 12 copper, and a gold necklace that is worth 10 gold pieces.
So I just add all that to my thing? Or
Yep, you can add all that to your inventory.
I forget how to do this.
No, you're good.
I want
If
to.
you want to add it on D&D Beyond, we can we'll also do it on Discord or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's !G space coins, and then plus, however many. So like 8 SP, then you could do it again and you do 12 CP. And then the gold necklace, you'll just have to add to D&D Beyond.
How many CP?
12 CP. 12 copper pieces.
So cool.
Yeah, because at the end of the session, we'll like update everything on both sides. That way, everything's like matched up. This chest is now opened. I will go ahead and mark it as such.
I forgot the command again. It's
G space coins.
Yeah,
you got this. Do you tell anyone that you found this chest?
I'll take the silver pieces and the copper pieces, but I'll kind of slide until I know the entire party's not my party, but until I know who the three and what their intentions are, I don't want to say anything about it.
Okay.
Wouldn't that mean that we don't know anything about it either? I'm just making sure I understand. Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, that would mean that only Jonald knows about the chest. And then Jonald, you can climb back over without an athletics check, as you'll climb back over the wood.
And I will add this to my inventory. How do I do that? Do I just add a custom item or something?
You just, in your D&D Beyond, you can either add a custom item or whatever, because I can add it later on if I see it. Tira sees you jump back over the wood, and she says, "Oh, Jonald, did you find anything interesting back there?"
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to add it. I cannot multitask very well. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. Oops. I found a chest, but nothing too much interest was inside.
Kellic looks over at you and says, "Did you happen to find any treasure?"
Nothing that you could benefit from.
He kind of looks over at Irenaeus and says, "That doesn't sound like a no."
It does not.
Jonald, my friend, may I ask you something?
Of course.
You know the purpose of a treasure hunting party and the deal that we made beforehand, correct?
Oh, I do. Very
then
familiar.
You should know that any treasure that has been found should be evenly split amongst all of us, yes?
That is assuming I trust you and your motives. How do I know you won't turn on us the second we find treasure?
You know, I don't think that is contingent on that, actually. I say this in character.
Okay.
I think
kind of smiles at you and says, "Exactly."
I think we had an agreement when we walked into this place.
Auric even speaks up and says, "Yeah, wouldn't you think it'd be a bad idea to go into a literal dungeon with a bunch of people you don't know and don't trust? Unless you were planning on doing something nefarious while we were all down here."
Well, I'm not, but how do I know you aren't?
Kellic says under his breath, "Just like a Durgar." Tiras eventually speaks up and says, "Knock it off, all of you. There's no need for bickering at the moment. If he did keep anything, we'll find out at the end. But for now, we need to figure out how to get past these webs."
So, has my 10 minutes passed?
Yeah, I was going to say at this point, your 10 minutes have passed and your detect magic is now active.
Oh, good. I'm going to head on over here now.
Okay, what magic do I see?
There is no magic coming from those gems, nor any magic coming from the chest.
All right, so I sort of turn to look around.
Yeah, as you look around, you actually sense a lot of like very, very powerful transmutation magic coming from the webs.
I'm assuming she's told me that. Do I have this knowledge now?
No surprise to anyone, the webs that keep coming back are magical. Nothing else seems to be.
Okay, I'm opening this chest. I want to see what's inside.
I'm bracing
Gotcha.
myself by stepping back.
As you open the chest, you trigger the trap,
Great.
and I need a dexterity saving throw.
Alrighty.
It cast Meteor Swarm. Congratulations. Roll the characters.
Nat 20. Hey, Nat 20, but
-1 makes it a
minus
19.
1. Oh, come on. That's fine.
But you succeed in it.
Okay. Alright.
As you passed the save, just narrowly moving out of the way, you see that a poison dart was shot from the lid of the chest, and it just flies past you, hitting the ceiling and then falling to the ground.
Oh, go. Okay. Well,
But upon opening the chest, let me see. Where is it? There is nothing inside of the chest.
wow. Well, that was fun.
I forgot that. I thought there was something in that chest, but no, it was the hidden chest that there was something in.
Okay.
No hidden compartments or anything.
You can make an investigation check and see if there's any hidden compartments.
Is Discord lagging for any of you guys? I keep getting like occasional lags.
It's dropping the ping every now and then, but it's not terrible for me. But
But it
would
is
anyone
noticeable.
like to? Would anyone like to make an insight check on the chest to see if there is a hidden compartment?
I certainly would.
All right, go ahead.
I'd like to make an investigation check.
Or that works too. Yeah, with it too.
You can forget that, yeah.
Yeah, Irenaeus is like, that was it.
Yep. I guess we're moving on.
Donald, you think the same thing? You're a little upset because there just doesn't seem to be anything in the chest, which is weird for how this whole setup is. That there would just be nothing in the chest and it would be trapped.
What's the point of those? I say out loud. What is the point of those lights?
I would imagine, as far as the chest being empty, somebody else has been here before us.
Of course, I
Point
didn't
of
think of that.
lights.
To make it look nice.
Chest look pretty. I mean, don't you usually use chests to protect something, not to attract?
I see you've done this sort of thing before. I was just attracted to the prettiness of the display and thought that something interesting might be here.
The
But-
only time I can think of, there's a fish that tries to lure creatures with a bright, pretty light.
I see.
Then it eats
Tyr-
them.
Yeah, Tira speaks up and says, "How wise of you! I believe you're talking of an anglerfish. They do lure in their prey with a beautiful shining light before they devour them whole."
Well, the only thing I got was a dart, so I don't think any monsters are here. Looks like this treasure chest has been looted. And then I just walk away. You guys do what you want, but
Kellic seems to be mumbling to himself and seems to be conjuring something into his hands.
what's you doing, Kellic?
I'm going to try to burn our way through and cast a firebolt.
Well, let me step out of your way. But last time someone tried that, it didn't turn out too well.
Perhaps I should switch tactics then. Maybe a fireball instead.
Yeah, and
Tira
they'll
and
still be-
Auric
At that
both
point,
look
I
over
jump up
there.
and move away from the chest too.
Yeah, Auric and Tira both look at him and say, "No, Kellic, not again. You remember what happened last time we were in a dungeon and you fireballed?
You remember what happened
You all-
with Luke? He is no longer with us.
You all survived, didn't you?" Yes, but the party we were with didn't. It's fine. We'll try it the other way. Firebolt instead. As he holds out his hand and casts a firebolt from his hand. You watch as it hits the front of the web and then disperses. As the webs slightly burn and then just reconstitute themselves. Well, that was pointless.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to hear an echo throughout the chambers.
Can anyone set a bonfire? Or maybe a continuous flame would solve the problem.
A torch.
Maybe a bonfire. I am quite cold.
The other three are looking around trying to figure out what that was and where that came from.
Who's there?
I'm here.
You
No.
hear the voice coming from the webs.
No, I have never punched a ghost in my life, but there is always a first time for that.
As a ghost appears in front of you. It seems to be floating through the webs.
What are you all doing here?
Looking for treasure? I mean, just loitering.
Okay.
But you're in my home. Well, not my real home, but this is my resting place.
Did DM, did you already describe what we're looking at here and I missed it?
This appears to be the ghost of a small boy. The ghost appears to have most normal clothes on. They seem to be a bit dirty, but one of his pant legs is completely torn off and his leg is like bare.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
My name is Angus.
It's nice to meet you, Angus. I'm High Lord Irenaeus. I'm lying about the title, by the way.
I live here now. Well, I miss Mom and Dad. But I'm sure they're okay.
Well, how did you make it here? What happened to you?
I was playing in the cave. But unfortunately, I got caught in a bear trap.
As he looks down and kind of points to his leg and sees where the pants were torn, but as a ghost, it seems his leg is fully there.
I screamed for help for days, but no one came. And eventually I died.
It's very irresponsible of hunters to leave their traps unattended so long.
That is correct. But no one's been here in years. You're the first people to come in the last two.
I would believe you, but who opened that chest over there? There was a lock that was broken off.
That was an adventurer from long ago who took its contents and decided to trap it for the next.
Did he survive?
Mm-hmm. In fact, he sleeps just beyond. He lies in the center room.
The center room. Where are you pointing?
Yes.
Where's the center room?
And he points past the webs.
How do we get past the webs?
I can allow you past the webs.
Well, wonderful.
But you have to do something for me first.
And what would that be?
You see, I really miss my home. And I can't rest fully until I'm there again. I want you to take my bones, and I want you to bury me in my family's farmhouse, so that I can rest with them once again.
I tap Irenaeus on the shoulder and I'm like, can I speak to you for a second? Away
Yeah.
from the ghost?
Yeah, let's go.
So I walk all the way over like to the chest over here. or
Okay.
out of ear reach of everybody else, and hopes that Irenaeus will follow.
Yeah, I'm coming.
As
I
you're talking,
understand.
Oric approaches the ghost and is like punching through it, and it's just doing nothing as it's going straight through the ghost.
I understand that ghosts are real, but something about this don't feel right. Do you have any spells on you that can detect magic like good and evil? I know you're a paladin, and I assume you have something like that. Because if we were to bury the wrong type of bones in a person's yard, that could lead to like a murder or something. They could take over a whole family.
Well, the best I can do is detect good and evil.
That would be great. I just my gut doesn't feel right about this, and I would rather be absolutely sure before doing anything like this.
Out of game, Till Raven does have Detect Magic still up.
Also, I have, with my Divine Sense, it's going to tell me, well, clearly there's an undead here. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah. So your Divine Sense is going to be going off because this is an undead.
but I don't have it. I mean, I have to activate it as an action, which I haven't done.
But there's also the whole question of, as far as good versus evil, I mean, if an undead tells you, hey, you can put me to rest,
Mm-hmm.
that, like, then wouldn't that be good?
Unless you're moving its home.
Yeah. So, can I just Divine Sense is a little confusing to me. If I could just say, so it says, as an action, you can detect good and evil. Period. Next sentence. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, which I'm not sure what it is. Or know the location of any celestial, fiend, and undead within 60 feet, not behind total cover. If by casting this, which I'm happy to do.
I think you'd be able to tell if a fiend, undead, or celestial is good or evil. That's what you would be able to.
Let's go with that. I'll cast Divine Sense and see if I can get an answer that way.
So you use your Divine Sense as you listen to the words of this apparition.
Mm-hmm.
It does appear to be good and genuine, as it is just wanting to be put to rest. As once it is of rest, the webs will no longer rebuild themselves.
Okay. Well, with that knowledge to myself, I just simply ask him, where are your bones?
He points over beyond the wall that Jonald climbed earlier and say,
My bones lie in there, just below the chest.
Okay. Well, you guys, I trust him. Let's do this thing.
Oh. Okay. Would you like to take lead on this one?
Yes, I'll take a turn. So,
go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Okay.
Yep.
11.
You successfully clear the wall. As you go back behind the wall and you find a chest that has been opened and just kind of left there.
Okay.
And underneath the chest is a small hole. And in that hole is the skeletal remains of what looks like a young boy curled into almost like the fetal position and with a bear trap stuck to his leg.
Okay. I'm going to gather the bones. Can I gather all of them?
Yep.
Okay.
You gather all of them as well as remove the one from the bear trap.
Mm-hmm.
And you can put them all into your bag if you would like, or put them wherever.
Okay, well, let me do that. And that is a custom item, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah, you can just put child bones.
Great. Okay.
It's terrible.
I want to thank you for helping me. Please, I want to rest with my mom and dad again. I just want to be with them.
I would be willing to put bury a child appropriately, even without the request. Just seems like the proper way to handle things.
Kellic
And I know
seems
I've
to
read
be-
multiple legends, many cultures that just the act of not being put to rest can cause a ghost to rise. So it seems reasonable that it could also put a ghost to rest to bury them.
Tira, like, kind of grabs onto your shoulder, Tilraven, as best as she could with how tall you are. She's like, "You're kind of a sweetheart, aren't you?" Kellic seems pretty
It
indifferent
seems
about
like
the whole
a
thing.
dangerous way to put a ghost to rest, doesn't it?
I would have to agree, says Kellic. And then once the ghost is out of the way, perhaps we return, clear the webs, and grab whatever treasure lies beyond. And perhaps even be ready for a fight if there really is something sleeping in the middle of the room.
Do we know the location of the soon-to-be burial site?
You do not, but as you you can say that out loud to the ghost.
Yeah. Where are we doing this?
I can tell you how to get there.
All right.
As he begins to tell you the directions and says, it's just a day's journey from here. If you continue to head east, you'll come to the farmland where his parents live. And then from there, you should be able to find a place to be able to bury him.
Okay.
As he believes that he doesn't know if his parents are alive or dead for how long he's been there, but there should be a proper place to bury them.
Okay. All right.
Auric this whole time is still just punching through him as the punches are just passing through entirely. I just want to know, why can't I punch you? The child just looks at him.
This is a ghost.
That doesn't make any sense. I can punch ghosts. He just keeps punching through him. Eventually, Kellic's like, Auric, you need to stop. We're going to be heading to a farmland to bury a boy's bones. He says, but before we leave, perhaps that hidden door would be a wise investment.
And maybe behind the webs.
Auric says, I'll help you clear the way if you want to.
Well, the ghost kid said that he could help us to get behind the webs.
I'm not talking about the webs. I'm talking about that hidden door that's behind all that rubble.
The one that we said we would wait till the way out. I suppose that seems like a reasonable thing to do now.
Yes, I'm with you.
Let's do
Auric
it.
gets really, really excited. As he rolls up his sleeves and says, all right, let's start clearing out this rubble. As he just begins to
All
throw
right.
the rocks behind him, just getting rid of all of it.
I join in.
You guys take a few minutes as you begin to clear the rocks. Kellic comes over to Tilraven and says, excuse me, miss. May I have a word with you?
All right.
He kind of gestures you over to kind of bring you into private, out of earshot of everyone else. He says, now I normally don't do this, but I appreciate all of you allowing us to come along with you to this tunnel. And I believe most of you are very trustworthy adventurers. But he gestures his eyes over to Jonald. Says, I believe you may need to watch out for that one. He seems to be quite dodgy and potentially a bit schemy. You may know how Droger are. Tilraven's just in a state of shock.
Yeah.
Just Tilraven's probably busy at the moment.
I'd like to
No,
go.
I'm sorry. I didn't hit my push to talk button.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay, so I do understand the reputation of his people, but I also understand the reputation of my people and how poorly I fit it. I will keep as close an eye on him as his own conduct suggests I should. We are all a bit cautious of each other at this point.
That would be very wise. You never know. His kind have been known to stab you in the back as you sleep. So I would always keep an eye open.
With that, he begins to walk back past you, heading to the rest of the group again.
I'd like to investigate this object here that we passed by before.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation again. Yeah. Tiro will come over with you and be like, "So what you doing?"
That would be a 1.
Tira distracted you as you were trying to investigate it. She just like tapped you on the shoulder, saying, "Hello there."
Yeah. Well, Tira, would you mind taking a look at this thing? I have no clue what this is.
She goes, "Oh, well, I don't mind at all. It looks like an interesting little puzzle."
That's all I know.
She doesn't really know much about it either. She goes, "I'm not really sure what to do, unfortunately. I've never really come across anything like this."
Okay.
But enough about that. She leans kind of like against it a bit. She goes, "Why don't you tell me about yourself and how you came to be with this group, with your fellow group?"
I've been tasked by my deity, I suppose. Something is going on in this area, a great evil, and I am meant to find it and vanquish it.
Oh, a great evil.
Yes.
Well, if it's a great evil that you're fighting after, you can always count us in. Because where there's evil, it means there's coin.
I suppose there may be a correlation in there somewhere. I'll let you know if I find any.
I would be more than appreciative.
All right. Well,
she just kind of seems to be eyeing you, and then just begins to walk away. She says, "I look forward to our future endeavors together."
I just nod. And I'm going to head over here to the rubble.
Sure. As you begin to head over, you see Auric and Jonold are just very much enjoying themselves, trying to see who's the strongest, lifting up the biggest amount of rubble.
Are they making progress, or are they just showing off?
They are making progress, but also trying to show up at the same time. John, make me an athletics check, and I'm gonna have Auric do the same thing.
Holding 2 big boulders like this and just flexing like, toss.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
All right.
Auric got a 19 and you got a 26.
Natural 20.
Dear Lord. So you watch as Jonold as Auric picks up a couple of boulders, and he does like what Jonold just did, just kind of flexes a bit, and he's like, "Ah!" and just kind of like throws them away. But then Jonold picks up 3 times as many.
And then crushes them in my biceps, like,
just crushes the rocks, and he goes, "Oh, you're quite an opponent. We'll have to fight again soon."
I look forward to it.
Give me a second. There it is. And now, I'm going to go ahead, hide that. Oop. As you finish opening up that area and you see the door that's back behind there, as you're able to make your way through the rubble with ease. All of you are able to see that door now, correct?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. As you go back to the door, you see that a massive lock that was attached to some kind of mechanism has been undone. You can assume that this is from the system that Tilraven was able to mess with earlier.
What? I'm sorry.
Uh,
She was messing with what system? I mean, I thought she was just.
this thing over here, this contraption that you were investigating again.
Oh.
When she messed with
Yeah.
it and like put the pieces together, that's where you heard the loud unlocking sound from behind the rubble.
Okay. And it is clearly unlocked right now.
Yes, it can be easily pushed open.
Shove it open.
Jonald, you and Auric work together to push open the door as it is heavy. But as you push it open, you see a completely whole other room. You can see that this room has strange glyphs and sigils carved into the walls. You can roll a history or a religion check in this room to try to see if you recognize any of it, as well as sitting in the corner of this room is an ebony chest that appears to have a pretty hefty lock on it.
Do we have a visual of this room, or is it?
I do not have a visual of this room. This one's more theater of the mind. But
May I come in as well, or I'm gonna be outside?
yeah, no, everyone's able to go in
Okay.
because you're able to
All
make
right,
your way through
yeah.
the rubble with ease.
You said history.
So it's going to be a history or a religion check.
And this is any of us who want to try to decipher the glyphs, or
Yes.
okay.
I guess I'll make my history check. That's a 5. This looks like it was put here by someone.
I got a 14 on my religion.
Yeah, I can see 11, 5, and a 14. Unfortunately, none of you pass the check. So but you can tell for those of you who got higher than 10 that these strange glyphs and sigils are very, very old, and they don't seem very, very friendly. Whatever it is, it's something that they were potentially worshiping, some kind of dark master. Irenaeus,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, this room like resonates with you, almost as if like your purpose is getting closer and you're on the right track to what you're trying to find.
Okay. You said there's an ebony chest in the middle of the room?
In the corner of the room, yes.
Corner of the
There
room.
appears to be a large ebony chest, and it has a pretty hefty lock on it.
Okay. I'd like to go over and just investigate that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation.
Okay. $17.
17. As you look over the ebony chest, you don't see any traps that are connected to it from your roll. Obviously, you see the pretty hefty lock, and it's definitely going to require someone with some pretty nimble fingers to be able to get it unlocked, or someone who's able to get a good hard swing on it, potentially crack open the top of that chest. But it's going to be a pretty hard swing considering it's made out of ebony stone.
Hey, Jonald. You feeling
Yes, sir.
you feeling strong?
I am, always.
Let's see how strong you are.
Okay. What do you need me to do? You need me to break the lock?
I need you to break this lock.
Alright.
All right, Jonald, give me an attack roll.
576. I'm just kidding.
that misses. I'm sorry.
Okay. You serious
There you
right
go.
now? A crit fail.
Critical failure.
My rolls are terrible tonight, man.
Jonald, as you wind up ready to show off, you punch the lock with all your might, and then you just feel a few of your fingers crack as you pull your hand away, and you definitely felt you felt your fingers kind of get knocked out of place. They're no longer connected to your like joints, so you have to pop them back into place. And you're also going to take a little bit of damage. You are going to take 6 hit points of damage from punching the chest.
6 hit points? I'm almost dead.
Or it goes,
You know I
Step
leveled
aside.
1, right?
step aside. I've got this. As he cracks his knuckles and he begins to wind up a punch. And then Tira just goes behind him and grabs his arm and goes,
You know, you could always just let the rogue try to unlock the chest.
He goes, ugh, fine.
While they're doing that, I'm going to go over to John Eld and give him a few berries.
Oh, a few good berries?
Yes.
There you go.
How many?
I'll go ahead and give them to him until he looks better.
So I currently
Okay.
have 3 out of 12 hit points. So I don't know what that looks like. What would you consider looking not bloody, Darian?
How many are you
what's
missing?
your? Yeah, how many are you missing?
I'm missing 9.
I'm going to give you all of my berries. Eat them until you feel better.
How many do you have?
I have 1 left. The spell gives you 10.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can feel my fingers popping back into place.
Oh, this is pretty good.
Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that you get to go without food for 9 days. You'll still have to eat tomorrow.
That is good to know. I love to eat, so it would never have been a problem.
You definitely feel overstuffed, though. You felt like you just ate a 9-course meal pretty much at this point, because the berries, just one is supposed to feel like an entire meal.
Very good, very good.
With Tira's sleight of hand, because I can't add the proficiency bonus just to a normal dex check like I would, but it's going to be an 18, which is going to pass. You watch her step forward, pull out her thieves' tools. She just begins to pick the lock as Jonald's over there eating the berries, and with every berry, you just hear one of the fingers just back into place.
I'm just like,
Usually with good berry, I like to flavor it as it actually tastes like whatever kind of food the character prefers, that the caster prefers, but I have no idea what Tilraven would like.
That makes sense.
tastes like a good fried chicken. I didn't know berries could taste like this.
You hear the very heavy lock just unlock and then hit the floor with a loud thud. As Tira goes,
All right, we're in.
as she lifts up the top of the chest and opens it to show everyone else in the room. Inside, you can see 16 silver pieces, 30 copper pieces. You see a diadem with the same glyphs and sigils from the walls engraved onto it. And then you also see a small yellow gem.
Okay. So, and we all see this, or
Everyone sees this. She opens it up and like moves out of the way for everyone to be able to see.
okay,
The chest.
okay. The diadem has captured my attention. I'm gonna reach for it and pick it up, take it, examine it.
Yeah, you reach for it and pick it up. As you look at it, you can tell that very obviously this is the same insignias and everything that are carved into the walls that have been implanted into this diadem.
Okay.
She says,
Oh, I didn't think of yourself as a diadem wearer.
It's gonna be a gift.
she says, "Oh, I wonder who for." She kind of like, ironically, like, begins to like blink rapidly and try to think that you're gonna give her a gift.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, okay. So
You can put that diadem into your bag.
I will. I will. Is there? You want to call it anything other than just diadem, or?
You can just say you can put like diadem from ebony chest.
Okay.
Should we investigate it for magic?
You still got the thing going, Tilraven?
I would say Tilraven's reaching the end of it, so she'd be able to sense any magic on it.
Yeah, Tilraven. Could you? What was that?
She asked if it was magical, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So with your magical sense on there, it appears it used to have magic on it, as there's still a faint aura that comes from it. But whatever magic was on it has faded long ago.
Can I do a history check on it?
Yeah.
15.
15. You swear you've seen these engravings and these sigils before, and then you look around the room and remember where you saw them from.
What?
You saw them from the room when you walked in.
That's crazy.
Nice. Okay. All right. So I'm not.
The rest of it though, she begins to take all the money and stuff, and she begins to try to divvy it out so it's enough for 6 people.
Okay.
So give me 1 second. Gotta pull up my calculator.
Question about D&D Beyond and what we're doing here. If we put the money in D&D Beyond and do an update, does that work, or does it need to be only done in
That I believe that'll work. If it doesn't, we update it on Discord.
Okay.
I think with they just updated D&D Beyond. I believe with the latest update, it kind of broke Avery a bit. So I think it has to be updated on both ends for it to work now. Because originally you could update it on one and it would do it on the other. So we may have to do it separately from now on.
Okay.
But whatever it is, like whichever one you update, we'll just at the end of the session, we'll make sure both just match up.
Cool.
But she goes around and gives everyone 2 silver pieces, and she takes the last one for herself. So everyone gets an extra 2 silver pieces.
Wait, so if I put the gold coins in my thing, or the silver coins in my thing from Discord, like, does that...
It won't update onto D&D Beyond, unfortunately, because of the newest update that they did to D&D Beyond, adding the 2024 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you're able to just add it to both, because when you spend coins and stuff, it's going to show up on Discord anyway.
So how many...
If you want to make sure that you have everything matched up, if you do !G space coins, it'll show you how many coins that you have or how much money you have on Discord. 6. And then she also gives 5 copper pieces to everyone as well. There you go. Yep. !G space coins. And it looks like you currently, Jonald, have 9 gold, 1 electrum, 10 silver pieces, 17 copper.
But I did it, and I don't see it doing it for me though.
It's because you didn't do the G. You only did coins. It's
Oh.
!G space coins.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, Tilraven did it.
Okay.
Oh, you got to make sure that there's no space between the ! And the G.
Okay.
You're good. I know it takes a minute to get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. 19 gold, 1 electrum, 3 silvers, 10 copper.
Okay.
So if you're just wanting to make sure that it matches up with D&D Beyond, that's all you got to do.
Okay. Well, it doesn't. So just, I mean, I need to add.
Use it on Discord.
Okay. I can just use it on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you can just use D&D Beyond if you want and just keep track of it.
Okay,
Or-
that's fine.
Yeah, just...
That's fine.
Yeah, because it'll only be when you like want to purchase something through the Discord, when it's like the
Okay.
when it's like any of the taverns or anything. That's when it'll have to be updated to be correct.
So
Okay.
!Update doesn't work.
It
Right.
used to.
Okay.
It still like updates your level and the spells and everything that you have, but I don't think it affects coins and HP anymore like it used to. Anyway, back to the session. Yeah, so each of you got 2 silver pieces. You also got 5 copper pieces. And then she holds up the yellow gem. And she says,
Now, who should get this?
What is that? I say.
she says,
I'm not exactly sure. It seems to be yellow diamond, potentially.
So I make armor, and I have seen a lot of materials. Do I recognize this?
you can make me a history check.
Natural 20, baby.
Good job. Give me 1 second.
Hey, it wasn't me. It was all God.
It looks like it does look like it is a yellow diamond. From your past experiences with these kinds of gems, you can tell it's probably worth around 25 to 30 gold pieces.
That right there looks like yellow diamond. But roughly in my line of work, I've seen they go for around 25 to 30 gold pieces.
Well then. Since I was the one that unlocked the chest, would anyone be against me potentially keeping it?
I honestly, and I'm saying this out of character, I don't care about this, and I just I'm gonna step away. I'm rich enough, you know what I'm saying? That's my philosophy.
You and Kellic are like, who cares?
Yeah.
We're rich.
Yeah.
I mean, from Raven's perspective, Goodberry means she never has to worry about food and drink. And so all she cares about is just a place to sleep. So yeah.
Yep. So then she just goes, well, then, if everyone's in agreement, and she puts it into her bag.
She goes, now then, I believe it's time for us to take some bones to a farm.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Did the boy not mention that the last traveler was still here? He lived in here past the webs. Should we check that out first?
Sorry, can you say that again?
What are you saying?
I said the ghost kid. He said that the last traveler, the one who opened the chest and trapped it, he said he still lived here. Did he not?
Beyond-
I believe
Beyond the
he
webs.
said that he did live beyond the webs. That would be correct, but
And
we
the
can't
boy
get
said he
past
could
the
get
webs.
past the webs.
Well, he's not going to let us pass the webs until we take care of his bones.
Was that the deal?
That,
I got the impression he lives here about the same way the boy does.
that might be the case.
Well then, shall we get going?
Let's head out, and I'm going to start heading that direction.
Yep. You guys start to head out and make your way back out of the Whispering Cairn. But as you go back through, you're going to start running through a lot of those traps again. Irenaeus, I'm going to have you go ahead and roll at advantage since it's so fresh in your mind for a perception check.
Okay.
The other two will just need a normal perception check.
I got a 6.
17.
Dang, that's good. Both Irenaeus and Tilraven are able to avoid traps flawlessly this time. As both of you are thinking that you don't want to make the same mistake that you guys made the last time. As you just weave your way through, about ready at the entrance, and then suddenly you hear another trap triggered, and you look back and see that Jonald has triggered another rope trap.
Can I roll to dodge it?
Yeah, roll me a dexterity check.
Is it safe?
Dexterity
just-
saving throw, yes.
Heck yes. I got a 7.
You got a 7. You failed, and you get caught in the net trap again.
Gosh darn it!
Can I cut him down?
Taking four hit points of piercing damage.
Piercing?
Yes. Yeah, it's the same net trap from earlier with the needles and the thorns that are in it that are like piercing him.
Can I cut him down?
Are you
Yeah.
just especially fond of being restrained, Donald?
Not really, to be honest. I just did not see this.
You cut him down, and he eventually makes his way back out of the trap. Poor Jonald. He's taking a beating just from really traps alone, and unfortunately chests. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead. Got to move all your characters over to the right map. All right. So you guys begin to make your journey over to the to the farmland, which it is going to take about a day's travel, so everyone gets a long rest.
Heck
All
yeah.
right. Yes. Could you? I mean, like I see the button here on how to do a long rest, but is that all I do?
you're
or
good. Yeah, that's all you do on D&D Beyond is
Okay.
you just click the long rest button. It may ask you to confirm it, and
Yeah.
then you click that. And then if you do it on Discord, that way it like updates as well. You just do the !LR, and then it just does it on Discord as well. Basically, all the Avery bot does currently is just make a copy of your sheet now, kind of the way Dice Cloud does. And like it, I guess it doesn't live update it as well as it used to. But it makes a copy of it and stores it into its database. That way, it's like anytime you update it, it'll add more spells, hit points, and everything else. But it just won't touch your gold and stuff. So that has to be manually updated.
Darian, I used update, and it actually updated my gold back onto my sheet.
Hey, there you go. Okay,
Oh.
they have fixed it then.
All right then, I'll do the same.
That's awesome.
Was it not working for you? Like, did you test it and it wasn't working?
Yeah, I tested it a couple days ago and I couldn't get anything to work. So I figured it was just because of their update. So then, yeah, if you update, then refresh D&D Beyond. If it fixes it, that's fantastic.
Okay. Well,
Just like refresh it and let me know if it works for you, Arrhenius.
listen, when you say refresh, do you mean refresh the browser on D&D Beyond, or?
Yeah, refresh the browser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because then that'll like, if it did work, that'll change anything that had been changed.
Okay.
Perfect. I hope they fix it. That would be wonderful. Because I hadn't had it working for like a week and a half.
No, it's not. It's not updating for me. But
Didn't do
Really?
it for you.
Nope.
Okay.
that's okay.
Let me
No, that's
try.
fine. Yeah, we'll still have accurate updates. Here, let me go ahead and move this, or let me get the right music going up here now. Let's see. We're gonna go with.
I don't know
Okay,
why it worked
it
for me.
just it has mine, but it's Avray has it as 3.31, where this has it at 11 copper and 2 silver. That's
Oh, okay.
about right.
Yeah,
About the
that's
same.
that's pretty close. There we go. So changed up the music a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys over here.
All right.
Focus ping. That way you all get to where you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
As you continue on your next day's journey and you begin to finally approach into the farmland. By the way, oh, I forgot to mention this. Everyone levels up to level 2.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Uh,
Should I do that now?
Yeah, since you guys got that long rest, it'll technically automatically apply. So if you guys want to do that now, you absolutely can.
Or choose
We
a.
can go ahead and take a minute and add you guys, like, add your stuff.
Yep. I'll choose a fighting style and done. Okay.
I think fighter just gains action surge,
Okay.
which is easy level up.
I can turn undead.
What?
Awesome.
Hey,
I thought you meant you could
time to
change
go back
it
to the
into
cave
undead.
and turn that ghost boy.
Look at the wall, boy.
Oh, you know what? I hope we get to fight because my armor class just went to 19.
Yes,
So-
it did.
I'm trying to figure out a manage character and levels. Okay. 2.
Let me refresh that, make sure that everything went up properly. There it goes. Yeah, for some reason, click on it.
So it looks
Show
like the
level.
new
There it is.
player's handbook is going to really beef up cure wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're gonna still be using the 2014 version of it, just because we're not playing with the new versions right now.
That
I
is
don't
fine.
really know
I
that-
was just trying to figure out why I've got one that says legacy and what the other one is like. So I didn't,
Yeah,
Look at
you're
it.
gonna want the legacy one because they've marked all the 2014 stuff as legacy. Yeah, if I try to implement any of the new stuff without actually even reading it, I'm just gonna break the game. I prefer to not do that. There we go. Yeah, it looks like everyone looks good. Is everyone ready to continue on then?
Yes.
I have a question actually, and it's not related to this, but it was a question I had before.
Yeah, what's up?
So my character does unarmed fighting, so like he's big on unarmed combat. I'm gonna do as I level up. I'm gonna be doing a lot of extra attacks for like punches. Am I allowed to flavor that as like just combat, like slam them or but like do the same effects and everything like damage just for like flavor? Can I flavor how I attack them? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
okay, cool.
Yeah, flavor's always free. It's like doing something flavor is not going to give you any sort of mechanical advantage. That's just you like describing what your character's doing.
Okay, cool.
So there's never anything wrong with flavor.
I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards most of my spells being ritual spells because of the flavor thing anyway.
Yeah.
So
And with ritual spells, it means you don't actually expend any spell slots.
right. So I've got a whole bunch of ritual spells prepared plus some healing magic, basically.
Cool. Well then, if everyone is ready, we go ahead and continue. Where you approach this farmland, you can see all these different, just what seems like rudimentary farms and houses and stuff that have been built over the years. A lot of things here seem like it hasn't been touched in a while. As you see, a lot of the wheat is overgrown. The trees are getting quite tall as the branches are overhanging from a few of these buildings. And you can actually see a few of the buildings where the vines and stuff have begun to grow up on those, on the buildings themselves. And you are also going to want to update Discord. That way it has your level 2 stuff.
Right.
'Cause if you don't, when we enter combat, it's going to be level 1.
Make sure it actually works. How do I view and see if it's updated?
It automatically updated there, but if you need to see, I believe it's ! I think you just put character. And it shows you your, because it says your current active one, and then it'll take you to your D&D Beyond character sheet.
But does it? I want to see if Discord has my like level and stuff.
It should automatically. I don't remember how to do that right off the bat.
Oh,
but that's something we can look at later.
How do I type in long rests for?
Oh, ! LR.
Okay,
there
cool.
you go.
It updated.
Yeah, cool. All right.
0 of 15 intoxication points. Heck yeah.
Irenaeus, you step forward and you begin to look around. This is a somber but kind of sad sight. It doesn't seem anyone has been around here in years. But you know that you have to find where the, boy's parents lived. That way you can officially, put him to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Got to find the graves.
All right.
Everyone else begins to walk around as well.
From where I'm standing, I'm just gonna scan 360 degrees around to say if I can see anything that looks like a graveyard.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Eight.
With an 8, unfortunately, that's not high enough. As you begin to look around, and because of the overgrown plant life, it seems that it's blocking a lot of your view, so you're not able to really point out where any graves could be, if there even is a grave site.
Can I roll our perception from my view?
You would be at disadvantage since you are in the middle of a wheat field that is basically covering over your head.
Oh.
But it wouldn't be from me. Can I do it here?
Yeah.
Okay. So just a regular roll for percep.
What's the persuasion roll for?
He's trying to persuade you to let him.
Oh, sorry. Bill thought that was perception. Yeah.
No, you're good. So yeah, it would just be a normal roll for you, Irenaeus.
That's fine. Okay. So I don't think this is gonna work. Okay, 11.
An 11. That does pass the modifier.
All right.
as you begin to look around, and you notice, I don't know if you can see my ping, but over here,
Oh yeah. Okay.
that there appears to be something
Okay.
that looks like a grave site. I'll go ahead and move this to the map layer. As you can see, 2 headstones,
Okay.
and then you also see 2 freshly dug up graves.
Okay. I want to read.
They're,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Freshly dug up.
Yeah.
Freshly dug up.
Freshly dug up. Interesting. So I like to read the tombstones.
Sure. As you read the tombstones, they appear to be in the Elvish language. Who here speaks Elvish? Again,
Not me.
I'll say I don't think any of you speak Elvish because we had this trouble last time.
Mm-hmm.
But the only parts you can make out is what seems like the names that are written in common,
Mm-hmm.
and they say Mary and Solvin.
Well, neither one of those is Angus. So
Neither one of those is Angus, but
So we need to
More
recruit a 4th player who plays a drow.
Mhm.
But I would say with putting 2 and 2 together, you may be able to tell that these were potentially his parents.
Mhm.
But the problem is,
Oh,
their
the
bodies are not there.
Okay, but of course his body's not there either because his body's in my backpack.
That's correct.
Okay, he was never buried. So now I'm getting it. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
The problem is they're not buried anymore. So
Yep.
okay. So listen, at this point, having seen the dug up graves, I'm going to cast Divine Sense.
Okay. You
I
cast
should-
Divine Sense.
Yeah.
Let me look again. I'm trying to remember because it's
I can tell you-
celestial, undead, or fiend.
Fiend, celestial, undead, or fiend, and whether or not they're good and evil.
Got you.
And I know their location as long as they're not behind cover.
Yeah. So you cast your Divine Sense. You don't sense any sort of celestial or fiend presence, but you do sense an undead aura coming from the holes that had left quite some time ago.
Is there anything in the holes?
There is nothing currently in the holes other than a small little, what looks like a pocket watch. When you flip it up, you can see it's a very old drawing of what looks like a family together. And the young boy in that drawing looks a lot like Angus.
Okay. Is this an object that I have in my hand now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You guys, I mean, it is obvious that we just found Angus's parents' graves, but they're not here.
So do they still bury the kid?
That's all he. Well, that's a great question. I say that we bury him here right now. I just have to wonder if we go back, if he's going to be satisfied with this, because he asked to be buried with his parents, and his parents aren't here. So, but I don't know what to do, to be honest. Is it worth carrying these bones around with me? What do you guys think?
I think you might build up a spirit's vengeance if you don't put them to rest after you said you were going to put them to rest.
It's fine with
So,
me. Am I able to
that's
dig?
heavy.
Am I able to dig a hole?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
Where
dig
would
a-
you like to place the hole?
Well, I would. I can't put it where I want it to go because I would put it sort of in the middle of the two, to the right, because he's like the son of both parents. I'm trying to be.
Maybe right here.
That's fine. That'll work too. So that's where I'm gonna do it.
There you go. I placed a
Alright.
hole there for you
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
begin to dig the hole, and then you are able to place those bones into the hole.
And then as I
ahead.
do this, I'm taking a knee. I do some sort of sign that would be relevant to my religious order, and just say, "Rest well, Angus." And then I get up, I stand up, and sort of walk away.
Do we bury the bones? Do we cover them back up in dirt, or do we just leave it open?
We need to cover up with dirt.
I assumed you would. So you cover it back up, and as you finish and then begin to walk away, you suddenly hear a noise coming from the building nearby. Sounds like movement.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a stance, showing my shield in this direction.
As everyone begins to kind of like prepare and ready for something that may pop out of nowhere, you suddenly see the head of an owl kind of pop out around the corner. So it looks at you and goes, "Woo! Woo!"
Okay, false alarm.
Then you see a second head pop out. And then you see a claw pop out from it. But this is no ordinary claw. This looks like a bear's claw. As coming around the corner is a two-headed owl bear.
How big is this thing?
It is a large size. And it's just been woken up from its slumber. Everyone, we're going to be rolling initiative.
Oh, crap. What have we done?
I think I've doomed us all.
Put on some, like, heavy metal music.
I'm putting on fight music.
Yeah.
We're going to go large creature. There we go.
Nice. So roll
Kill
initiative.
Raven, good roll.
All right.
21. Remember, if you need to join initiative after you rolled in D&D Beyond, I can paste what you need. Hold on. Joining combat. It is, there we go, copy text. Rolling an initiative.
You said large, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is large size.
Owl bears don't usually have two heads. So.
But there is a two-headed owl bear.
Oh, okay. Then they do. All right.
Yeah, they don't
This is-
normally
oh,
have
this is
two
a
heads,
wicked
but there is one in the monster manual.
Okay.
But you would copy and paste this if you rolled through D&D Beyond. That way, you'll be added to the Discord initiative.
Sorry.
And you'll just replace the quotations in the rolled initiative number with the number you rolled, which for Irenaeus would be looks like a 6, and then for Jonald would be a 9. That way, it'll just add you to the initiative automatically.
Does the number go in quotation marks?
It can. I don't think that'll affect anything, but you can also you can delete the quotation marks just to be safe if you want.
Okay.
Do I have to join?
Yeah, so you have to copy and paste what I sent there, but delete the quotation marks in the rolled initiative number and replace it with the number that you rolled from D&D Beyond, which for you is 9. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and roll initiative for everyone else, which is DD Auric.
So we're not going to try to befriend this owlbear?
I mean, you can try if you really want.
It's gonna take animal handling.
Is it honestly trying to kill us,
Ooh.
or is it just like, hey, get out?
Auric got a critical failure, so he gets disadvantage on his first attack.
Because in Baldur's Gate, I always feel terrible about killing the owlbear.
Oh no, I have that on here. That's fine. I'll just add normal owlbear. It's literally the same statistics. I literally have that on here. I don't know why. I think it's because I linked it to a different one. That's okay. All right, and the owlbear also gets a natural one. Dear Lord.
Oh boy.
He just woke up. He's still waking up.
Till Raven.
He's like,
oh, hold on a second. HP, for some reason, it didn't update for you. HP.
I am going to use non-lethal this fight.
Raven plus 7. There you go. So you should have 17 HP, correct? I believe you should.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yep. So you have 17 HP. You're first in initiative.
Okay then. So with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
And let me see.
Treating this like a Pokemon. I'm gonna get it down real low HP and then
Then
whisper
you're
some
gonna throw a
sweet.
rock at it.
No, then I'm gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, you need to calm down. You don't want to die. I'm just trying to get you to not hurt anybody."
All right. So.
Oh, I
cast
got
Shillelagh.
the Shillelagh, and then with my regular action, I am going to cast Bless on myself and Irenaeus and John Eld.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. That's 1d4 to attacks, right?
That is can roll 1d4 and add the number to an attack roll or a saving throw.
Can I use my real dice for this since I don't have an option to do it?
No, you do have an option to do it on
I'm going-
Discord and on D&D Beyond.
Cast Bless in Discord and target all three of us.
So if you're wanting to cast it, you would do exclamation point cast, space, and then you do bless, and then it would look like this. It would do cast, then bless. You would do target, so you do -T, and then put the name of one person, -T, name of another person, -T, name of them. So
Oh, she's casting. She has to do that?
yes, because she's casting bless. There's T.
So it's automatically going to come onto my thing?
It should on your roll through Discord. Multiple matches found. Yeah, there you go. So then you would just choose one, I guess. And then everyone else. Yeah, so everyone got the effect. Cool. So if you roll, even if you roll on D&D Beyond, we can still add it on Discord if you would like. But you're going to have that bonus 1d4 to damage.
I have no
Is it
idea
damage?
why it shows me as missing 2 slots instead of 1.
Oh, bless is not damage. It's attack roll.
Yeah, I don't know why it's showing you missing 2, but it's all right. We'll know. We know what it is.
Did you hear me, Darian?
What'd you say?
Bless is not attack damage. It's attack roll.
Yeah, it's an attack bonus or a save bonus.
Okay, cool.
All right, and is that the end of your turn then, Till Raven?
Yes, that's my turn.
Okay. Next up is TI1, which is, I believe, Tira. Yep.
As everybody's starting to attack, I would like to exclaim that I'll just do it in character. Listen, everybody! This is the two-headed owlbear. He's a rare creature, so we should try our best to not kill it. It is not trying to kill us. We just disturbed its habitat. So if everybody is okay with that, we should try to not kill it.
Do you want to stand in?
Gonna fire their short bow at it.
Yeah. Perhaps you might want to stand in front of me then, because I have a shield and a sword, and they're meant for combat.
So everybody just like ignored that.
Well, we heard you. We heard you say
We
it.
heard you, and they're just like, no, this is an owlbear. We're gonna kill it. So OW.
I'm happy. I'm happy with knocking it out, but I don't think we can
That's the
question it.
goal. Like, if
Okay.
we can at least just knock it out, that's fine. You don't have to tame it. But if we could tame it and make it our friend and use it in combat, that'd be dope.
Let's we'll see who has the last
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, you see Tira just fire off her short bow, and the arrow pierces between the heads, and then you see it get very, very aggressive as it just shrieks out from getting hit.
Oh, do they have rage? I forgot they have rage.
It's Kellick's turn. Let me look at Kellick's sheet real quick. Okay, Kellick, there he is. I'm trying to remember what he has. Cantrip. Okay, yeah. So he's gonna do a firebolt at it. Firebolt target. Dang, he did a lot of damage. I didn't expect him to do that much. You see him cast a firebolt at it, and it does 20. It hits, and does 22
crap!
magical fire damage to it.
What level is he? That's like level 15.
Jonald, you're up.
He's like level 12, dude.
You're up. You ready to be nice to this guy and not kill him?
Be nice to him.
Yes.
He's looking real rough right now.
Yeah, get behind him.
Considering he's bloodied. So because he's standing in the entryway, you don't have enough room to get behind him.
Okay, so I'm going to bonus action grapple him.
Okay.
Okay.
So beat a 15 athletics check.
It's a large-sized creature, so I believe it gets advantage, correct?
No. I can grapple up to one size larger.
Okay.
It's just a good testing at the athletics.
You said it's a athletics check?
Mm-hmm. Which, considering it's an owlbear, might most likely beat me. But
Let's find out. It's a 9.
no! I won.
All right,
Okay,
so
he is
you
not grappled.
successfully grapple the thing.
So I'm, just for full disclosure, I'm using non-lethal. Okay.
Okay.
I am going to roll my first punch. I'm going to grapple it by the fur coat and then punch it across the head.
There's two
Okay.
heads.
One of his heads.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll then. Your grapple
so-
is that. So a 9 is not going to hit.
I need to roll the d4 though. For the blast.
Oh right. Yeah. So go ahead. So you can go ahead and just roll a d4 then on D&D Beyond.
How do I do that?
Lower right hand, lower left hand corner. You see
Yeah. The little dice there. If you click on it, you can click on a
Oh.
dice to roll.
I kind of wish it wouldn't roll behind us. Never mind. Okay. So that's an 11.
And an 11 is not going to hit.
Okay, and I'm going to action surgeon and do another hit.
Okay.
And then another d4. So 15 plus. So 19.
19 is going to hit.
12 damage. Non-lethal.
It's still conscious.
Why did my screen go green? Oh, never mind. It's there now.
Is that the end of your turn?
Correct.
So real quick, I am going to ask you. I'm trying to remember how you grappled and then you also attacked. Is that Tavern Brawler?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's bonus action
when you-
grapple after every
When
turn.
you hit a creature. Oh yeah, so your grapple is a bonus action. I forgot about that. Cool.
I did it. It's apparently I forgot you have to actually hit the creature, but I did hit the creature. So can we still count it, or
Yeah. No, yeah, you're fine. Because you still hit it.
I'll make sure to do that next time.
No, you're good. So then if that's the end of your turn, it is now Irenaeus' turn.
Excellent. I'm already. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Jonald, why don't you go ahead and describe how you're grappling this thing? Because obviously
I'm
it's
on
much
the
bigger
side
than
of
you,
it.
and it has 2 heads.
So like I'm on the side of it, like, and I have my arm around its neck.
Around
And
one
I'm,
of them?
like- yeah, one of his necks, like on the
Okay.
on the. And I'm holding on, and he is like the side of him is like basically anchored to the ground. Like he is like he cannot move on this side. His other side can, but like this side cannot. And so
Okay.
I basically tried to punch him, and he squirmed, and I missed. And then I went, oh, bam, and actually landed one right on his head.
Okay.
And I'm
So
trying to
then
knock him out.
Irenaeus, what you want to do?
I'm gonna take my long sword and swing. I hope I don't hit Jonald in the process.
Yep, so it'll just be a normal attack roll against the owlbear.
All right, now can I add my D4 to that?
Yep. Let's see, what is that D4 roll gonna be?
Making it a 16.
That hits.
Oh, nice.
Roll me some
For 5 damage. Slashing.
damage. Where's 5?
Mhm.
It's still conscious.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
It is now Oric's turn. He's a little jealous of Jonald right now. He goes,
Do you really think you can outwit me? Trust me, I'm the strongest one here.
as he begins to rush in. 10, 15.
I reply to this. I say, real strength is knowing restraint. If you do not kill this thing, I will fight you again. But if you kill this, I will not fight you.
He goes, fine. As he runs over and he wants to try to grapple the other head. Ready, he's gonna do a athletics. Actually, can I do action grapple? I've never tried that.
But action restrain. Or, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
I check. So it is going to be athletics. Target. Or W1. And he makes a 16. Grapple check. And then the owlbear's got to make a check as well.
Technically, he has the grappled condition. So he's technically can't move regardless.
Yeah, his speed becomes 0, but that doesn't like negate his check or anything. He's what this is right now is Oryx trying to grab the other head, basically.
So it would
if-
restrain
if-
it, wouldn't it not?
Yeah, if both of you would grab the heads, it would restrain it. We're gonna do owlbear. And the owlbear is going to fail with a 13. So now you each got a hold of one of its heads, and you have restrained the owlbear.
So
But
question-
it is the owlbear's turn.
Oh, wait, hold on.
What's your question?
Okay, hold on. I didn't realize animal handling could calm down a beast.
I would say it might be a little bit beyond that at this point, though.
Yeah, owlbears tend to stay very mad.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Gotta find this. Where's this creature unable to move? I'm looking at the restrained condition real quick just to get an idea of what it needs to try to break out of this.
Break out. That's funny. I'm just kidding.
Restrained, it becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonuses with speed. Attack rolls against this creature have advantage, and the creature's attack has disadvantage. Creature's disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Can they roll to break out? They have to roll athletics, right?
I believe so.
But that's their turn.
Let's see, an ability check. Athletics check to end the restrained condition. Or teleport like Misty Step. So it's gonna try to use its action to, or one of its actions, to break out of the restrained condition. And it's gonna be at disadvantage since there's 2 of you.
Who's it gonna try to break out of?
Both of you.
Well, we each have our own separate athletics checks.
Yeah. So you'll both have to make athletics checks to keep it there. Check. Athletics. And it's gonna be at disadvantage. You got an 8.
Does Bless apply to my my athletics check? No. It doesn't.
No, it only applies to saving throws and attack bonuses. Yeah, so you and Auric are successful in holding this thing down. So that means its second attack is going to be trying to peck you, Jonold, but it's at disadvantage. Yeah, so it's going to try to do a beak attack on you, which will be disadvantage. Beak.
You said second attack or second action?
This is its second. This is its second action, which is only going to be 1 attack.
So it has 2 actions, not 2 attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
So beak Jonold. All right, let's see. Disadvantage. 1.
9. Wait, what?
That it does hit you with disadvantage. 18 to hit and does 9 piercing damage.
Oh, that hurts. But I will not kill you, little one, no matter.
Till Raven, you're up.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and close with it and swing my club.
Okay.
I think you just put your token on somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, you put it on Jonold.
Yeah.
Are you doing lethal or non-lethal?
There you go.
I'll do non-lethal. Does that mean I have a disadvantage?
No, it just means
no, you don't have disadvantage.
It
But
just
still,
means you're
Raven,
hitting to
I
not-
am moving you over to a free spot because you keep putting yourself right on top of Jonold.
I keep trying not to, but I don't know what's up.
You're good. All right, go ahead and roll an attack. It's a 16, and do you want to add your D4?
Let me roll that D4 too.
Sure. That makes it an 18 to hit, and that is going to hit. So go ahead and roll me some damage.
Lele is like
6
That's-
damage.
that's 1d8 plus your wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Later, I'm going to be combining it with green flame blade, but not with one enemy.
Oh, you can do that? That's pretty cool.
It is looking worse for wear, but it is still conscious. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Not really. Not well. I don't have anything to really do with my bonus action right now.
All right, it is now Tira's turn. As Tira says,
Hold it still. I'm gonna end it now.
as she just begins to eye down the arrow that's in her bow. She's ready to pretty much end this thing's suffering. Maybe. Target OW1, and she has advantage because it is being restrained.
Can I reaction, let go, and block her attack?
No.
Or can I jump in front of her attack and take
no.
damage from it?
No, because you are restraining the creature.
That's what I say. Can I let go?
It's outside of your turn, so you can't technically move because you weren't holding an action. You used all of your actions.
Oh, no, I mean reaction.
This wouldn't be a reaction you would be able to typically do.
Oh, I thought that was a reaction.
You would have to have some kind of feature that would allow you to like reaction block. But she gets a 20, and she does hit it with an arrow. As you see this arrow get released from her bow, and it just lands right next to the same spot that she shot earlier. As you hear it cry out with a piercing screech, and then it just goes completely limp as it falls over dead.
Good shot.
She says, "Why, thank you."
You're not getting my tiara.
How do you kill a wounded creature like this?
She goes, "Well, I wasn't the one that exactly put it in a headlock."
Yeah, but I clearly was trying to knock it out, not kill it.
Well, you could have fooled me. It looked like you were trying to choke the poor thing to death.
I could choke you if I wanted to.
Oh, is that a threat?
As she begins to get closer to you with like bow drawn in her hand. Kellic steps in and goes, Ladies, you're both beautiful.
Tira's like, "Ugh, creepy old man."
I'm very interested to find out what are the surrounding areas of this dead owlbear. I mean,
like what's inside the building and stuff.
what's in the building? I mean, I'm curious if I'm going to find two skeletons in there, quite frankly. But
Sure. Yeah. You guys can like begin to you just move the body out of the way, and you can make your way into the building.
All right.
Jonald seems to be quite heated and very angry at Tira at the moment, and Tira is just kind of making faces at him like. So who wants to go into the building then?
Me. I call it. I went
Okay.
for. I said it first, so.
So Irenaeus, as you step into the building, you can give me a perception check.
All right.
And while Irenaeus is doing that, Jonald, as you're looking at Tira, she's going to ask you. She's like,
"Why did you want to save it so badly?"
I think every creature deserves a life. How is it its fault if we disturb its habitat? It's not our home that we trespassed on, so why come into its own home and kill it?
Very interesting words. Go ahead,
Technically,
please.
it was trespassing into the home of some long dead person. Therefore, it was trespassing, was it not?
If the person is dead, it is a free home.
I don't believe the courts would align with that view.
Courts don't apply to animals.
Exactly. They're wild animals. It
So
came
they
at
live where they
us.
please.
It was threatening, so I killed it.
It's not like it could have hurt you. We had it in a headlock.
that just made it easier to kill it. You do realize owlbear meat is quite refreshing. Have you ever had any?
If not,
I heard it tastes like chicken.
You would be correct. It tastes quite a lot like chicken.
Yes.
well, as much as I love chicken, I myself do not condone the killing of animals.
Do you prefer?
That's rich from coming someone like you.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Do you prefer the killing of humans instead?
No, I do not. I don't like to kill at all.
You just like to maim and injure?
In some sense, that seems a bit more cruel, wouldn't you think?
Maim and injure, no, but knock out, yes.
Is that not the definition of maiming and injuring? Is leaving them in a state of unconsciousness, or even
They'll wake up later. Maiming
in a worse state than they were?
all of their bones.
Well, that's excessive to maiming, but let's say if I were to leave you unconscious in the middle of the forest, would you not say that I maimed you and left you at the mercy of all the other wild animals? Or
No, I would
perhaps
say you
friendly
knocked
wild
me
bear.
unconscious.
Maybe a friendly owl bear would come along and try to help you along and adopt you as one of its cubs.
Well, crazier things have happened. Anyway, I say we just forget this and put it behind us. It is no use arguing about this.
Yes, it's okay. And don't worry, maybe one day when you're a bit older and a little taller, you'll be able to see things from our view.
Wait, is she an elf, right?
Yep.
She is an elf.
High elf?
Yeah.
That is typical coming from a high elf. And I just like turn around and walk away.
She seems a little peeved at that. She's like, oh, you're going to get it. Irenaeus, with your perception check, you can hear all of this arguing going on outside. Unfortunately, it's really distracting you just because they're getting quite heated.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you're not able to find anything inside of the house.
Okay.
As you step back out, and it seems that Tira and Jonald are now both kind of peeved at each other. Jonald is acting like he's saying we put it behind us, but I'm not sure how he's truly feeling. That would be him for his character.
Jonald is at a point where he's like, he knows he's not going to win this, so he just agree to disagree and just go on with their differences.
Okay. Tira just seems more irritated than anything else. She's thinking along the lines of like, this thing was wild, we killed it, and I'm getting scolded for killing a wild animal.
Well, from Jonald's perspective, it's like he does like cage fighting, so like knocking out his opponent is like a fair sport. Like it's sport to him. Like it's not like cruel or violent. I think he'd use it as like a law of nature. Like just like if you can knock out somebody, like then you've won the fight. But I think he views like taking a life as something that is more serious and requires more thought. And I think only when necessary, really, and like. Depending on like what it is, like if it's like an evil aligned creature, of course he's fine with it. But it's like I don't know. He feels very conflicted about taking an animal's life, especially when there's an option to not take it.
Of course, and obviously with these being like seasoned adventurers, their views are gonna probably be different, including even your own party members' views are probably gonna be different from that. But that's all a part of world building and all a part of roleplay. Irenaeus, you step out of the house a little disappointed that their fighting kind of prevented you from like really getting a good look and just seeing if there was anything really around there.
Mm-hmm. Well, we still have to find. I don't know. What are we going to do? Do we care that 2 skeletons of the boys' parents are missing? Or do we just go back and say, well, your bones are buried next to where your parents used to be?
I think we should explore the houses. They seem as abandoned. I'm curious to see what happened. If there's any evidence of just a mass abandonment, or did they all die? I don't know.
Yes, and we would just be wasting time if we went back and said, "Oh, we buried you where your parents' bodies should be, but they're not there." Because he would want us to find his parents' body.
Right.
The whole point is to put him to rest, and that won't put him to rest.
Well, we're gonna have to start looking then, and I didn't find anything in this house. If you guys want to take a look, you go right ahead.
Would anyone like to look in the house?
Are these overgrown weeds, or you said wheats, right?
Yeah, overgrown wheat.
Hmm.
Doesn't seem anyone else wants to look in the house. Irenaeus, the
Mm-hmm.
only thing that's
I'll
being
go look
recalled
in the
to you.
house.
Sure. I was gonna say the only thing that's being recalled to you is that that sense of undead that you were getting from the holes. From
Yeah.
those graves. Meaning
Yeah.
that someone had come along and potentially raised the bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Um,
expecting to see them somewhere around here.
Yeah. And then Tilraven, you said you're going into the house. You can go ahead and make me a perception check as well. Natural 20 with +3, 23. That is a great roll. As you begin to look through the house, you see that someone's definitely been here recently. Not just the owl bear. You can actually find a small section underneath the floorboards that looks like someone had put some spell components down, specifically for necromancy. With that, can you also give me an Arcana check? Tilraven. 7. You can sense the necromancy magic, but for some reason you're having trouble tracking it. Perhaps someone would be able to help out with an Arcana check.
I remember one of the other party members was a caster, so I suggest he come look at it.
Yeah, Kellic, why don't you get over there and help her out?
I suppose.
He begins to head over. Says,
Allow me to see what I can do.
look, it's Arcana.
We are not having a good day.
No, we're not. He seems to be a bit out of it. The heat's getting to him. He's like,
I'm sorry, I'm not sure there's a whole lot I'm able to do at the moment.
Step
I believe I need
aside.
to sit down.
Step aside. I
like,
got this,
step aside.
guys.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check, Donald.
What are you gonna do?
Watch
Punch
Donald.
it?
Donald's gonna get it. You gotta be kidding me. He does. He passes the DC.
Huh?
He just passes the DC. It was 8. That's all you needed.
It's like, oh, I see it. I see it everywhere. What do
Donald,
I see?
you can see the faint traces of Arcana magic, or of necromancy, coming from the floorboards and leading out of the house. As you can see, it is leading at a path back to Diamond Lake, which means someone had raised the parents and had brought them to Diamond Lake with them.
Hey, what happened? Would you like to take these spell components? I remember you said you like spells and you like studying things.
I can't say that I'm fond of this kind of magic, but it could be useful to know.
Understandable. Necromancy can be a bit tricky with the morals.
Tira's like overhearing this and she just nudges you, Irenaeus. He's like,
Wow. He's so okay with necromantic magic, but he's so against killing animals.
He is certainly
Hey, I'm a complicated man.
a complicated man. Yes.
with that, you guys now have a bit of a heading. Well, your next stop may be needing to go back to Diamond Lake to try to find these parents. Or you can risk it and try to go back to the Whispering Karen and see if he's going to let you pass even though he's not buried with his parents.
Yeah, I think we've established we're not doing that, right?
Yeah, I don't think that we'll have any luck with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then with that in mind, there it is. Yeah, with that in mind, the others begin to tell you guys like,
Well, if we're going to be heading back to Diamond Lake, I believe we will more than likely rest for the remainder of the time we are there, as I believe we've gotten enough adventure around here for now, and we will leave the rest of this to you, as we've gotten our treasure, and that's all we really came here for. If you're okay with it, that is.
Do you speak for everyone? and as what I mean by this is I ask her that question. Do you speak for everyone? But then I look at Kellic.
Kellic just seems indifferent. He says,
I'm already rich. I don't exactly need more money, but I am old, and after this last experience trying to sense magic, I believe I do need to rest for a few days.
Oryx like, no, I want to fight Jonold again.
But Tira's like, Ulrich, you need to rest. If you overexert yourself, you'll constantly lose to Jonold like you've been doing.
Then I'll just have to train even harder.
I believe we're on a consensus.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure hunting with you.
Absolutely. And I do hope that we will meet again in the future. Perhaps you'll finally give that gift to someone that you've been looking for.
Perhaps.
She lets you know that they will obviously be joining you going back to Diamond Lake, but once you get back there, you guys will split, and you'll be two separate parties again.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's up to you guys. Would you like to begin a journey back to Diamond Lake, or are you wanting to explore this area more?
I'd want to go straight to Diamond Lake, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Diamond Lake is very interesting to me, considering.
I want
Yeah.
to follow the traces back to, follow the traces back to Diamond Lake.
Okay. So then we begin your guys' journey back to Diamond Lake. Like I said, about a day's travel. Everything out here is always about a day's travel away as you guys begin to head back, and you're going to get a long rest on the way there. So you guys can go ahead and put in your long rests.
Wait, what?
What's up?
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, there you guys go. Let me go ahead and change the music.
Cool.
We're going to change it to Peaceful Travel.
Hopefully there's no flying monkeys around.
As all of you make it back to the inn where you all met originally, Irenaeus, you find that your 3 retainers have been waiting very patiently for you as they stand up upon your arrival, and they say, "Sir, we've been scoping the area for you."
Did you find anything?
Nothing but a few thieves every now and then. But most people have been avoiding us, so nothing really abnormal.
Good work. Keep it up.
"Yes, sir," as they just salute and seem happy about the praise. From there, Oric, Kellic, and Tira do bid you guys a good day as they will begin to head on their own little journey for a bit. Go ahead and remove them. But you guys have now regrouped, and you've been following this magic for the last day. You've noticed that. Let's see. Oh, wrong area. There it is. So yeah, as you return from the farmland to the Cairn town, you're being led through town. As the magic is bringing you all over to these different buildings. You've been following Donald kind of like a bloodhound, as he seems to be the one who's been able to sense it. Let me see, where is it on the map? I'm looking for number 34. Perfect. So as you begin to move through town, I'll move your guys' like characters along to kind of show where you've been getting led. You see that for a bit you're brought over to the feral dog, but very quickly the magic leaves there and just begins to head further into town as well. As you begin to just move through the streets, people are watching you guys as you're just following this like Dwerger just around all of these buildings. And you're just passing all these people. He almost doesn't even seem to notice that most of them are there. See, there it is. Until eventually you begin to get to the outskirts of town. Let me go ahead and focus ping. Jonald, as you see the magic winding along this path, you can see that up ahead there's this old observatory. Up at the observatory is where the magic is leading you to.
I walk directly towards it.
You all begin to follow Jonald to this observatory. Let me go and add the text for it here.
They should call it the Perceptionatory.
The Perceptionatory? Why?
Or the Investigationatory. I don't know.
You get inspiration.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Hold on, let me paste this here.
Oh, wow, there's two feral dogs.
There we go. Old observatory.
Is it what?
So, as you begin to head to the observatory, you can see that there are two skeletons standing outside of it that appear to be guarding the front door. And you see that from where you're currently standing at the end of the pathway. They seem to notice you guys, but aren't doing anything.
I walk out to one of them. Hey, Bones. Do you speak?
Just looks at you. You hear the bones rattle against each other as they just kind of turn to you.
May I enter?
They just look at you. You notice that looking at these two skeletons, each of them have a gem in their eye socket. One has a red gem in their eye socket, while the other has an indigo gem in its eye socket.
Can I grapple them and pluck it out?
As you reach a hand towards them, they slash their sword at you. I need a dexterity saving throw.
I meant I was actually going to roll for a grapple check.
Yeah, so the moment you try to move at them, they immediately swing at you.
So 15.
15. You're successful in moving out of the way as this sword just comes at you. They don't seem to make any more movements towards you, but you hear a voice yell out, "What exactly are you doing?" As you look over and up at the door of the observatory, a bit farther up, you see this drow in this strange cloaking attire, just looking at all of you guys, seeming a bit frustrated.
Does it look like we're doing? I'm trying to enter your observatory.
He says, I didn't say you were allowed in here right now. But it also looks like you're trying to wrestle with my guards.
Where did you get these guards, by the way?
He goes, I found them. And
Oh,
that is
like,
all
dug
you
them
need
up
to know.
Next to the owlbear?
He goes, what are you talking about?
In the field? In the farmlands?
Upon hearing this, I'd like to look back at the skeletons and see if I can determine, based on their bone structure, if one of them's female.
Go ahead and make me a medicine check.
I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Oh, there we go. Okay, that'll be an 8.
An 8. You are you're uncertain.
Okay.
The skeletons look like skeletons to you. They're pretty similar, though one is a little bit shorter than the other.
I'll take it. Did you say you found these? Did you find them buried?
He goes,
Well, I guess you could say something like that. But it's not really any of your business, is it?
Things that are my business are what I say they are.
He goes, oh, I don't believe you know who you're talking to. At this point, you begin to hear some shouting off in the distance. And you hear,
Gentlemen, please calm down.
as this smaller man begins to run up to you guys. He has a handlebar mustache. He has like a comb over brown hair. And he's wearing one of those like a little vest with a little green shirt and button-up pants. As he runs over and kind of like gets between you guys, and he says,
Please, I don't know what all of you want, but this is a distinguished guest in our town, and you have no right harassing him at the moment.
Even when he's robbing graves?
Wait, who's the distinguished guest?
he points over to the drow and he says,
This is Filge. He is a distinguished wizard who is visiting town at the moment.
Did we hear this name before?
You have not heard this name before. Till Raven, is there something you are wanting to say?
We're picking up some noise there.
We are picking up some noise. Sounds like chips.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't know if you were wanting to say something and maybe you were just holding on to the button waiting. The guy that you see before you, though, other than the drow, you also haven't met yet. He says,
I don't know who any of you are, but perhaps you're new in town and just don't know the customs. You're not supposed to just go around harassing people, you know.
We're not harassing people. We're looking for two victims of a robbed grave.
Under whose authority?
Under my authority.
he says,
Yeah,
And
what
who
he
are
said.
you exactly?
It's it's on now.
I am Irenaeus, paladin of the Order of Foltus, and I will have your respect.
he says,
Oh, is that right?
as he kind of pulls up his pants over his stomach, he says,
Well, my name is Balabar Smenk, and I am a noble of this town, so you will respect me.
So you're rich and fancy and you think you own this place? Is that what that means?
Actually, yes. I own one of the mines in town, therefore I have much sway over what happens here, including making little pests disappear.
We can
Wait, sorry, go for it.
we can brag about who's noble or whatever, and then as I do, I show him my family signet ring. But we have things we need to take care of here, and you're standing in our way.
he says,
How dare you try to pull any sort of rank on me? I ought to have your head.
as Filge begins to approach and says,
Now, Balabar. There's no need to make things more aggressive than they already are. says, as he approaches you guys and says, "Please, ask any questions you like. I'll answer them to the best of my abilities."
Listen, sir. We ain't here trying to start trouble. We're just looking for bodies that are dug up. We're trying to bury a young boy that we found in, what's it called, the cairn?
Yeah.
In the cairn. And he's asking us to lay his bones to rest with his parents, but, you know, to our surprise, his parents don't even live in the grave anymore, apparently. It's not like they just got up and walked, but apparently they actually did.
Right. And, looks like they're here.
Well, I'm sorry, but there must be a coincidence. But I've had these guards with me for a few years now. I summoned them quite some time ago, so I apologize for the confusion. But I believe you have the wrong people.
So, Raven, do you
Summoned them.
Do we believe him? Do I believe him?
Roll an insight.
I can't tell anything.
11.
Maybe-
He's the most trustworthy person you have ever.
All right, guys, let's go.
Irenaeus,
What
it's
gives
hard
you
to
the
tell.
authority
He
to
definitely
run around
seems
with
to
undead?
be. He definitely seems to be hiding something. You don't know what, but he doesn't seem very trustworthy. And go ahead, repeat what you said, Tilraven.
What gives you the right to commandeer someone else's corpse, regardless of whether it's the boy's parents?
Who says I commandeered them? I summoned them and they appeared.
Summoning would still require that there have been a corpse, someone that died that you summoned to you as a skeleton. You are controlling somebody else's corpse, even if you don't know
Not if
who's
they're
it is.
constructs. If you keep them as constructs, then they're created from the ground itself. Unless you
Then
forgot
they-
about
if they're-
that.
If they're constructs, then they wouldn't register as undead to divine senses.
Who says that they're undead?
I feel quite confident our paladin can give us some information on that subject.
Absolutely. And I cast Divine Sense.
You cast Divine Sense, and you can definitely sense that they are undead in front of you. And it's hard to tell whether they are good or evil based off of the influence that is on them currently.
Okay.
But you can absolutely tell that they are undead.
Okay,
They are
so
skeletons.
all right, so I'm gonna pull out my long sword, point it at whoever just said that. Was that the Drow? Who's
Yes, that was
okay?
the Drow.
I just point it at him and just simply say, "Stop lying. You can't. You cannot fool a paladin of my stature, rank, whatever. I'm awesome." Okay.
I'm awesome.
You cannot. Okay, caliber. That's the word I was looking for. You cannot fool a paladin of my caliber. Out of character. I'm out of character. I'd like to apologize for how arrogant I am. This is not me. Okay.
Bill just takes two of his fingers and kind of moves your sword off to the side. He says,
Now you're gonna listen here. I believe it's time for you and your friends to pack up and walk away.
Before he finishes his sentence,
I believe it's time
I crack
for
my
us,
knuckles.
you crack your knuckles.
for him and his friends to put to rest the skeletons of the boy's parents where they should have been in the first place, and to ask you who you hired to dig them up.
Irenaeus, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Come on. I've been trying to persuade this entire time, and I didn't get to roll for it. So now.
Oh,
Here's-
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No, you're the DM, not me. Wisdom saving throw, you say? There it is. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's an 8.
Effectively, after he finishes talking, Jonold cracks his knuckles. Tilraven basically says, you need to put those bones to rest. You just sit up straight, you put your sword away, and you begin to just walk back into town. As you feel yourself compelled to do this, as this seems like something has come over you.
Yeah. So just so I'm clear, you said I walk back into town, but that's quite a ways away. So am I?
I would say so. You like begin to walk back into town,
Okay.
but the others can just stop you. They can try to stop you.
Okay.
So
No problem.
Donald and Tilraven, you two watch Irenaeus just put his sword away and then begin to walk back into town.
Mm-hmm.
This jerk put a spell on Irenaeus. It's Irenaeus, right? It's Irenaeus or Irenaeus?
Irenaeus.
Irenaeus.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Irenaeus. Sorry, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
This.
So Filge looks at you and says, "And what makes you think I did that? Perhaps he just finally
Because of
listened
power,
to
then he
reason.
doesn't just walk away from that.
It seems you're quite aggressive, little one."
I'm rolling intimidation on this dude as I'm speaking. By the way,
Go ahead.
he might not be intimidated. Oh, that's a 21.
21. He definitely is intimidated as he begins to back up. And he looks over to Balabar and be like, "Well, do something." And Balabar kind of
and just grunt like.
he
like,
grunts. He goes, "Huh, guards! Guards! Get here quick!" As he begins to call for the guards.
I would like to remove the skeleton's gems.
If you do go for them and you are successful in this, just know it is technically theft of property and you will be wanted by the town.
Fine, never mind.
I'm just letting you know the decisions you are making are a bit rash, as it's looking bad for you considering like these people definitely aren't like the greatest, but they also seem to have some kind of high rank. And also they just did something to Irenaeus.
Speaking of what they did to me, do you want to put my token where I am? Because I don't know how far.
Sure.
Yeah.
So technically, this does last for an hour.
Is it charm?
It is a charm.
So I'm assuming I walked away. That's all I'm saying.
Wait.
Yes. So you
There we go.
began to walk away unless Tilraven wants to try to stop you.
I don't really have a way to stop him. I'm just going to go ahead and follow him because I don't think we can handle this fight without him.
Okay. And then the retainers are like, "Oh, I guess he's done." And they just kind of start following you too. Jonald's the only one that's like, "Oh, crap." So, Jonald, you're over there like yelling at the others, and they have called the guards on you. What would you like to do?
I'll follow the group and we'll regroup and figure out what to do next.
You
Well,
begin to very quickly like make your way back.
Okay.
Basically, what happens is you guys are going to follow Irenaeus all the way back into the vein as he walks into the feral dog and then just sits down at a table. And for an hour, he just seems normal and has like a very like pleasant conversation and everything. After the hour, Irenaeus, you just snap out of it, and you know for a fact that you were just charmed. That he just controlled you and told you to just go back into town.
Okay. So I'm gonna stand up. Perhaps even the table, does one of those things.
Are you gonna flip the table?
No. But I just kind of just hit the thing. You can see the camera shaking. So
Yeah, all right.
And then and I'm looking around and I said, I don't really know what I would say in this case. I might not even say anything, but it's obvious that I'm angry and embarrassed, and someone is going to pay for what they did.
That absolutely makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially with someone with your kind of like personality as a character.
Yeah.
Being like controlled and told what to do is absolutely like the highest disrespect for
Right.
you.
Exactly.
Irenaeus, are you with us now?
Oh, I'm with you.
Are you as pissed off as I am?
I am.
We need to do something about this guy. He can't just treat us like that. Oh, it makes me so mad.
And I do one of these things. Shing! My sword is ready.
Now, as much as I would like to rip this guy's head off, I don't believe in murder. But I think we should do something.
You have the most inconvenient morals, I must say.
The most
Oh, believe me,
inconvenient.
I know.
What about you, Tilraven? What do you have to say to all this?
I don't see how morals can be convenient or inconvenient. But
Wise words from the philosopher. I don't say that sarcastically. That was a truthful thing I said.
That was
but
very
they
wise.
certainly can be inconsistent.
Yes. Absolutely.
Then again, we may not know the source of the consistency that he sees. Could you explain?
Me or him?
It's
John
I believe
L.
she's talking to you,
If you
Jonald.
could explain the how your morals are consistent.
Well, I for one love to fight for sport, but I do not like to fight out of anger, because when I get angry, I tend to get very angry, and bad things happen. But so that being said, I don't like to fight out of anger, but I will fight for sport or for a right cause. But I do not like to kill. If that makes any sort of sense.
Jonald, you just kind of like repeated yourself
Yeah.
twice there, and then just added a
That
little
was
bit
just,
more on
that was
the
just
end.
me out of character trying to find the right words.
Okay.
Jonald's morals are very confusing.
I'll tell you what. We don't need to take vengeance.
Yes, no vengeance. Only justice.
Which demands retribution.
Which... is that considered vengeance?
Okay, you got me on that one. No, it doesn't. And let me tell you, you know what? The philosopher might actually back me up on this one. Retribution is what happens when you do something that's wrong. And what is wrong is taking control of another man's mind, especially someone as noble as myself. I'm the one who...
agree.
I must say, the part I disagree with, Irenaeus, is the idea that it matters what the status of your birth. It's wrong, period.
Burned.
She has silenced me. I don't know how else to put it. Okay. We're in agreement. It is wrong. Go ahead. No, you're good. You're
I
good.
guess at this point, it's up to you guys on how you want to continue. It is becoming late in the town, so you may be able to head back to the observatory.
Night mission.
There has, but it's up to you on how you want to do, or you can try to ask around more about this Filge guy, and maybe even more about Balabar Smenk.
Is the mayor still in the tavern?
Oh yeah, he's completely like passed out drunk.
The bartender is there, though.
Yes, he is.
I sit down with the bartender.
Says, welcome
Could we have
back.
clarification on the local laws about necromancy?
He says,
What you
What do you
said?
mean laws about necromancy?
If
You're
there's
down-
someone running around digging up graves and raising the bodies and using them as guards, what can be done about that locally?
he looks at you and he goes,
That's a bit above my pay grade. I just kind of serve drinks. But, I mean, morally, it would be wrong to raise the body of someone else to fight for you, I would believe.
Would it be legal, for instance, if you owned the property
Is-
that the person was
mean-
buried on? Would it be illegal even then?
It's like, that's a question you're going to have to ask to the mayor. I would not.
Yes, but
know
unfortunately,
any of
we're
that.
unable to ask the mayor at this present moment.
He looks over and sees the mayor's just face down on the table.
I
Says,
figured. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's a way you could probably wake him up. Give me a second.
As he goes over to this barrel, and you see him like twist off the top, and some dust flies off of it. As he lifts it up, and he just takes a mug and scoops up whatever it is. Whatever it is, even from where you're sitting, smells very pungent. He brings it over and sits it on the table and slides it to you guys. He says, "Here, stick that under his nose. It'll wake him up."
I'd do that.
You just grab the mug, walk over to the mayor. You stick it under his nose, and immediately he goes, "What happened? Oh, what happened? Oh, hello. It's very nice to meet all of you. I recognize you all." He looks over at Irenaeus, sees the like shining armor. "I don't remember ordering a guard detail. Have we done this before?"
I think we
Oh,
I
have.
don't remember. Anyway, what can I do for you all?
I am attempting to seek a little bit of clarification on the local laws and what we
Sure.
could expect the guards to, who we could expect the guards to support in the case of a dispute regarding.
Listen, if it's
Necromancy.
about cutting that baby in half, I had to do what I had to do, all right? There were two mothers, and they had claimed that one was theirs, one was the other, and I thought the easiest way was just to cut it in half.
Excuse me?
I just like exclaim "holy" and then just like censored.
Look, I'm sorry, I think we're getting off point. Tell me what your problem is, and I'll see if I can cut it in half.
So, are there any circumstances under which it would be legally acceptable to dig up graves, raise the bodies as undead, and use them as your guards?
That seems like a very specific question.
Because of a specific action that we are offended by.
All right, give me a second. He reaches into his bag and pulls out this book, and it just thuds onto the table. He begins to look through it. All right, let's see. Visiting graves, raising the dead, was cutting babies in half. Yeah, there's that one. Here we are. All right, so necromancy itself is not illegal. If you have guards that are of necromantic origin, they are allowed within premises as long as they are not to cause any trouble. However, the pillaging of graves that are less than 50 years old is absolutely illegal, as long as the property is still owned by a living patron.
Well, that's a contingency we don't know if that was met.
Well, guys, it seems like there was nobody living there at the time, so I don't think it being owned works for us.
Well,
Unless-
we can try to find out who owns the property.
Also, I think Tilraven got kicked out of D&D Beyond. Or not D&D Beyond, whatever it's called, the activity.
Roll 20.
Yep.
I'm gonna
No.
run away from my laptop for a few minutes, so maybe.
You're good, though.
I see you there.
After saying that, the mayor's like, "Oh, I could probably help you out. Tell me, what's the property you're looking for?"
The farmlands. It's a house in the farmlands.
What was the
Farmland.
boy's last name again?
Angus.
Well, that was his first name, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I don't know his last name.
Says,
But his
the
parents'
farmlands,
gravestones
the
had a
farmlands
name.
to the east, like about a day from here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's out of my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, that's not within town premises.
Okay, then whose jurisdiction would it be within?
That's whoever lives there.
I asked about the two guys, the Barnabas guy or whatever his name was, and Phil, whatever his name was.
Filge. Said,
Phil.
"Oh, you mean Balabar?"
Elbar, what is his deal?
He says, "Well, you didn't hear it from me,
but he claims himself to be a noble of the town. Really, he owns one of the mines. He's a little rich, but yada yada. He's a local paragon of corruption. There's a lot of things he does under the table. Lots of bribes he takes, but it brings money to the town, so I guess I don't really care. That Filge guy, though, is one of Balabar's friends who's come into town recently. He seems to be going out every night, leaving the observatory. I don't know where he's going. He seems to be going somewhere out into the caverns. I believe he's going toward the Whispering Cairn, maybe? I'm not sure. But I do know that he leaves his observatory every night, and he's a shady fellow. And that's not because he's a drow. Don't pull that on me. I've been cornered in that corner before.
Well, I've heard enough.
I
I
say we
think we can
follow
all
him.
agree he's shady. He's definitely a necromancer.
I say we follow him.
Is that why he's got those skeletons with him?
I think
That
that
would
goes without
usually be the
saying.
first sign, yes.
Ah, wait a minute. Are these the skeletons you've been asking about?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that makes so much more sense now. I'm guessing this was some of your friends.
Not exactly.
What are the parents of a
Well,
ghost boy,
we're trying to put a ghost to rest, and he needs to be buried with the corpses of his parents, who this necromancer has disturbed for his own purposes, with no justification.
His face kind of looks at you with his mouth like down. He's looking down at the drink, looking at you guys.
Perhaps I drank too much of this. I don't mess with that voodoo kind of stuff, so you do what you want to do. I'm going to keep drinking.
As he accidentally drinks the pungent sludge you guys used to wake him up, and he goes,
This is terrible, but it'll do.
and he continues to drink it.
He says, is there anything else you'd like to know?
No, we're good. I think we'll head out if that's alright with you.
Just don't get yourselves into trouble.
No promises.
Someone tried to assault Filge earlier today, and they called the guards.
Oh, what a shame.
John will look side to side like, oh.
Anyway, keep your noses clean. He stands up and then goes, I'm going to the bar.
Looks around and goes, oh, I'm already here. And he sits back down.
Just imagine him just like,
After
I'm
the
sure that's
sludge,
coming.
Probably. From here, where would you guys like to go? Because with it being late, and he did tell you that Filge tends to leave the observatory at night.
oh,
You guys were
100%.
originally trying to get into there.
Going back to the observatory, yes.
I don't think we have to have his permission to take the skeletons back. I mean, if he's not there, then there's 3 of us and there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
You know, we take out the skeletons, put them in a bag, bring them back to the graves, and we're done.
Get him, and if he raises a fuss and says we stole them, we can ask him to prove he owned them.
Right.
That's fair. It's very fair.
I mean, realistically, isn't it just as much argument that they owned themselves or that their son owned them? It's ridiculous.
Yep.
So then, I believe it's agreed that you guys would like to try to head to the observatory.
Yep.
Then I will begin to move your characters there, as it is late at night. And you guys begin to start to head to the observatory with a passion. You guys are going there, and you're ready to get those skeletons. Hold on, am I going the right? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. As you all begin to head towards the observatory, there's where you see a slight problem. The skeletons are still out front, but there is also a group of guards who seems to be guarding the observatory at the moment. And they seem to be wandering around the perimeter.
How many?
There appears to be about 8 of them.
Okay,
going
new
to be-
new plan.
I have a plan.
You have a plan?
You have a plan? I'd love to hear this.
Just watch, and maybe this will turn out terrible, but also good. Okay.
All right.
So I walk up to the guards. Evening, officers.
They look at you and they say, "And who are you?"
It's me, Donald Enring. You call me Donald. Listen. Why are you guarding the necrophiliac's house?
Says- They go. What? The other one, like elbows the other one, says, "I told you that's what he was." Like, no, necromancer. Those are different.
Necrophilia.
I thought it was rumors, but that's so gross.
Why do you think he's so mysterious and secret? I'm pretty sure he robbed a poor boy's parents' graves just to... Oh, I can't even speak the accent I'm thinking of, I'm sorry.
And they're like, look, you gotta go.
I
You
got
can't be
the-
hit.
Listen,
I
I'm
got
just a
the
concerned
impression that-
citizen.
I got
Look
the
into-
impression that he was more necrophiliac by necessity because nobody else would touch him.
Mm.
That's just sad.
Roll me persuasion. Or
This is
deception.
terrible.
Roll me deception. This is bad. This is really bad. Yeah, Till Raven, go ahead and roll me a deception.
A deception or a persuasion?
It's a deception because technically you're trying to deceive them into the act.
Well, technically, we believe what we're saying.
Not necessarily. This is something that you don't have any proof of, so you don't technically believe it. You're trying to basically work your way in here. But with a 10, some of them are like, all right, something seems fishy here, but the other half are like, oh, that's so gross. Like, oh, great. As one of them just looks at you and goes, all right, what exactly, what do you want? What are you doing here?
Listen, all we're trying to do is recover the bodies of those poor parents of this young boy who lost his life in a cave. He wants to be at rest in his hometown with his parents, so he brought his bones to bury them with his parents. And to our surprise, his parents' graves had been desecrated and dug up, and it left an arcane path back to this guy, to his observatory. And to our surprise, 2 skeletons that I'm almost willing to bet money fit the description of the parents we are looking for.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
And then after this, I would like to speak.
Okay. Yeah, while he's making the persuasion check, go ahead and speak.
Well, I feel like the thing I'm going to say to the guy would be changing the subject from what he's... I mean, I have a different way of persuading, but I want to give him a chance.
14, he seems to like latch on to your story. He's like, that is quite sad. And I appreciate your effort in trying to help somebody, but I can't just allow you to take someone else's property. And this is when Irenaeus would come in.
What's it going to cost me?
I'm sorry?
I said, and I pull out 2 gold coins from my pack, and I said, what's it going to cost me?
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Thank you.
I see this and I just start whistling like I'm like I just like turn my head like start whistling like I'm not paying any attention like doo, 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 doo.
That's a 20.
Oh my goodness. He looks at you, looks at the gold. He's like, the other official just kind of looks at him, shakes his head no, and he's like nodding his head, and the other one's shaking his head no. He's like, all right, how about I make you a deal?
All right.
You seem to be quite a wealthy fellow.
And your friend here appears to want to help a young boy, something good. How about this? I bring you on as temporary security detail for the low cost of 2 gold pieces. If you can head inside this suspicious person's home and find proof that these bodies were stolen, they're completely yours.
I look at Irenaeus and I'm like, boy.
I have an alternative suggestion.
Okay.
The main offense, from our perspective, is that he has been raising the bodies of people after their death when they cannot consent. We would be happy to provide him with the corpses of, even perhaps say something like an owlbear to raise in their place.
They look at you and they're like, well, can the owlbear consent to being raised?
That's a good point.
We don't usually worry about the consent of animals or beasts when we kill them.
Then why would we worry about the consent of the dead?
Because they're people.
Well, I mean, they were people. They're
What about
skeletons now.
this?
Their souls are being tied to this foul creation after their deaths, against their will, being denied their true and proper afterlife.
Well,
Also, this man, this drow, no offense to his race, I'm a Dwergar, right? But this man put a charm spell on my paladin friend here. Against his will. That's taking advantage of someone, not it, Roy.
Would you want it to be acceptable for somebody to come, dig up your grave after you've passed on, pull you from your justly earned afterlife, tie you to a set of bones, and set you as a guard?
The guard is just trying to process all this right now. This seems like it's a little much for him. He's like,
And yes, we would prefer it to be a creature as opposed to a thinking being because of that. We also don't eat thinking beings for the similar reason.
well, Till Raven, just so we're clear, I don't mind parting with 2 gold pieces.
I agree with that. I think we should raid his house.
I am willing to do so, but if we do not find the evidence that satisfies this guard, then I would like there to be an alternate arrangement where we provide a replacement that is not offensive.
I'm
We
okay
might-
with that.
I'm okay with that too, but we might need to make that deal with the drow himself as opposed to the guards. Wouldn't you agree?
All right, that would be fine.
okay.
So
And with
am,
that,
am I
you
down
hand
2?
over
Yeah, okay.
2 gold. So you're
Actually,
down
hold-
2 gold.
Just give me 1 second. Hold on. I do believe in that conversation you said that they were going to hire us for the price of 2 gold, which means that I'm getting paid right now.
Oh, I did agree to that, didn't I? All right, add 2 gold to your sheet. Dang it, my wording. That was good. All right, that's on me.
Okay, what's the price? She's like, 2 gold pieces. Crap.
He's giving you guys 2 gold. You're allowed to raid his house to find evidence, and if you don't find evidence, you're allowed to bring back like another body to be like, here you go.
Yeah. Looks like we're doing pretty good. So.
Yeah, you
Ours
guys
are
got
just,
a
like,
pretty good
sitting there,
contingency
like-
plan and everything too.
All right. All right. Well, I say we just got hired for a job. Let's get going.
And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight, where we
I wanna
pick up
hear-
you guys raiding through the house next time.
I
Yeah.
want to hear what the guards dialogue on after they realized they just had to pay Irenaeus' 2 gold back.
He gives him the 2 gold, and as you guys head into the house, the other one just smacks him beside the head. Like, "You're an idiot! They're supposed to give us the gold, but we agreed to give them 2 gold. You're so stupid! What? But yeah, that's where we're going to end the session for the night, where we're going to pick up next session with you guys going through the observatory, trying to find the proof that you need. And if you can't, then you go with Tilraven's plan of pulling out, going back, getting a different body and kind of like trading it out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly is also a good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good backup plan for because right now we have an opportunity, right? And this dude could be much worse than we make him out to be. He might not, but I feel like this guy at least deserves kind of an investigation.
Evidence.
I don't know about that, but
you're right. It might go against your morals, Donald.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jonathan has morals, but he struggles with them, so he put up boundaries to kind of protect himself from the morals. So he's his morals can be a bit complicated. He makes mistakes, but he's trying his best. He's just trying his best. That's all he's doing.
That's the important part. But thank you guys for playing in this session. This was a fun session. You guys actually got a lot done in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed this session. It was fun.
It was good.
I had a lot of fun.
I hope you guys are enjoying it. Does anyone have any questions or anything before we hop off of here?